Alrighty guys, how are we? Last game on Sunday, West Coast Eagles up against Hawthorn. I think it's actually going to be a pretty close game, this one. What are you thinking? You think this will be close, or you think this will be a fucking blowout?
I think it will be a close game. I think Hawthorn's coming off the bye.
Yeah, I think they may be sluggish. They're a young side, so who knows how they're going to come off it. They may actually come off it really well.
And the West Coast Eagles...
I think last year Hawthorn did come off the bye very well. Remember at the end of the season they really came along strongly. So who knows? How's this going to work? Actually, it will work well. Okay. Alright. Let's just turn this off. Mute. Alright. Let's see if I can get this up quickly.
Well,
I think it's alright. Just see if this sounds okay. Alright, so players are starting to move into their positions now. Alright, so that's fun. Who are the subs today?
so you're looking at Ryan Marrick for the West Coast Eagles and Harrison Morrison for Hawthorn.
So we go, moving in their positions now. Here we go. Start of the game in WA, Optus Stadium. Final game of round 16. Ladder positions, I don't think really matter in this game. Here we go. From the tap down, Meek wins the first tap. Newcomb straight down to Day. The Young Guns combine early. Here go Hawthorn. Nash gets the footy. He plays on. Wilday was knocked out behind play as play resumes, and McGovern comes across, takes a good mark there. He'll do that all day, Jeremy McGovern. So he goes into the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous looking kick. Good spoil coming across there. Day. Little kick was nice to Moore. He's got a little option in front, which was Ginnivan. So Hawthorn looking good early stages of this game.
They did that really well there, Hawthorn. They got the forward half intercept, and the West Coast Eagles just didn't have time to get back onto defence.
Yeah, it was very well done, I think. So a little bit interested to see how Hawthorn come off the bye. Obviously last year they had a massive run towards the end of the season. And they've started off pretty well in the first minute or so of this game. So Jack Ginnivan, big inclusion to this side last year. He comes in, hooks it across the face, didn't even make the distance. Didn't get much of a connection on it at all. And McGovern cuts it off. He immediately goes out towards halfback. Good kick in the end. And they want to go here, West Coast. Off to Hunt, the runner. He got the handball away, but he turned it over again. They go inside here, Hawthorn. Great kick from Nash and hits up Mabior Chol. So Hawthorn are peppering inside their forward 50 in the first minute or two. Oh, he played on Chol. He's going to have to go for goal now. He sets it up in the right forward pocket and kicks it way too wide. So Hawthorn miss a couple of early opportunities early in this game.
It's really poor. That was by Joel.
Yeah,
that was really poor.
He went to go, but then just didn't have an option. So
he had the distance easily.
Yeah, I don't know why he went, to be honest. So Barras, and now has it with Liam Ryan, who's played a little bit of midfield in the last couple of weeks for the West Coast Eagles, trying to give him a little bit of an extra burst through there. Barras, now the inside kick to McGovern, and now they can go off half-back. Ryan with a wide kick was terrible. Jaff cuts it off. He immediately goes and runs. Drives it inside the forward 50. Out the back is Chol. Good work from Barras to bring it to ground. McGovern gives it off to Witherden, and now they can repel here the Eagles. Hoff, they're in danger signs here. He snaps it across his body. Not the greatest looking kick. Moore keeps it in. Ginnivan betrays a couple of options. Hits the belly of the ball across the face into the right forward pocket. Barras, great mark. That's a great mark there from Tom Barras. He's been doing it for years. Obviously, all the accolades go to Jeremy McGovern, but Tom Barras stands tall every week.
They really should have a goal on the board here, Hawthorn. They've just dominated the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. You don't see many dominations like this. Hawthorn, West Coast yet to have it inside their forward half, but they're going to break through now. The handball out wide. Waterman, little kick over the top. Wasn't the greatest kick. Sicily will mark that. So Sicily goes inside. Newcomb goes to ground but took the mark. Made it look a bit hard for himself, but he took the mark in the end. So Newcomb works it out wide. So Hawthorn just going to slow it up a little bit here. Blake Hardwick has it. The utility swingman for them. So it looks like now Hawthorn are going to try and switch it. Frost and now Scrimshaw. Last line of defence here for Hawthorn. He's going to go wide with the kick. It's a great option. Hits up more. So off half back here. They want to run it now. Impey had to reach behind him a little. Good kick down the wing. Great spoil coming across there. Reed couldn't grab it. McKenzie, great hands to Newcomb, who drives it inside the forward 50. They've got the numbers here, Hawthorn. They just have to talk it out. Chol went back and grabbed it. Looking for an option across his body. Great looking kick. And it's up Jaff. That was a great kick there from Chol. I mean, he would have had a license to go for goal, but never really looked at the goal face. Always looked for an option. And Chol, great kick across his body. And hit up Jaff running inside the forward 50 unopposed.
They've just dominated this first 5 minutes of play.
They're all over them at the moment.
Yeah.
So CJ was out for early parts of this season. He's came back in. He's been an instrumental part in their run game. And Jaff will kick the first goal of the evening. So a good finish. They finally get their first goal, Hawthorn, and they've definitely deserved it. Well, that took them forever. I mean, it's only been, 4.5 minutes into this first quarter, but they deserve 3 or 4 goals at this point, Hawthorn. They have dominated.
Yeah, the Eagles just haven't come out of their rooms yet. Seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they had some, pretty much, it was just better connection to start off the game, they would be about 3 or 4 goals up already. Yeah, Chol just he did the team thing and
he's around on his left foot.
Yeah, in previous years you'd say he'd probably have the shot from there, but this week he's not. This year, sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely been a lot more of a team player since moving to Hawthorn. So we're back in the middle. Early stages of this game. Hawthorn have dominated. Meek wins it down. Warple gathered it, got the handball out the back to Day, and Newcomb, the holy trinity of the Hawthorn lineup, kicks it inside the forward 50. Not the greatest looking kick. Barras about to get taken down. Dropped it there, Barras, and he gets pinned. So a great start here from Hawthorn.
Ginnivan does what he does best.
Ginnivan trying to get under the skin. Barras, when he fell over, just put the fist a little bit into the Ginnivan face. Didn't mind that. It was definitely a little bit of old-style defender. But great work there from Hawthorn. They've just locked it inside their forward half early stages of this game. And now Jack Gunston, an opportunity to get his first goal. Here it is. When Brass falls on him, just falls on him with the face into the hand into the face. He knew what he was doing.
He did it well.
So now Jack Gunston has been known in his past as a dead eye, but that was a terrible kick and did not score.
To be honest, since he's come back, he's just hasn't been the same. I don't think
he's given him an option, which has probably been the thing that they've needed. But yeah, he definitely hasn't hit the scoreboard as much as they would want. So now Hoff in the back pocket. He's looking more corridor, but he's just going to have to bomb it down the line here. A high ball. Who's going to get there, darling? Day stood in front. That was really well done. D'Ambrosio up against Reed. Great pickup. Stood through one, then dropped it. Should have been rewarded there, Will Day. Wasn't. Ball bounces around, bobbles for a couple of players. And then it was Brockman, I think, who was sucked. Oh, no, I think it's gone. It is. It's Tim Kelly, and he's pinned.
So that one's paid holding the ball, but the one from Day wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, Hawthorn get the ball in the end, so they won't mind. So Newcomb now. Had a few touches early in this game. Low ball inside 50 for Chol. Good spoil in front. Maybe a free kick play on Meek. Ran with Ginnivan. He's in the pocket. Wrapped up there is Cole and scored it over the boundary line there by Meek. So a little bit of fiery contest to start off things. A little bit of push and shove. So Reed looks pretty unopposed at this contest. Lined up against Day. Great matchup that will be seen throughout the afternoon. So back in the ruck, Meek won it down. Hoff immediately tackled there by Watson. There'll be another stoppage. So a couple of repeat stoppages now in Hawthorn's forward 50. So now back inside the forward 50. They try to handball through Jinby. Missed the give. Moore looking for the high one almost against Flynn. Play on. Back goes Moore. Couldn't get it out of there. McGovern got a snatch from him by Watson. Warple trying to get rid of it. Jinby sitting on top. Now Watson should get the free kick. It's a little bit unlucky in the end. A little bit more push and shove to go on with it. A little bit of talk throughout the week between Harley Reid and Watson, both best mates, playing against each other for the first time. A little bit of little bit of jumper punching to start off things. But not really much Matt Flynn could have done there. He'd have to reach right down and do he probably should have done a little bit better than that, but Nick Watson will take the free.
Can't expect that from the ruckman, just a bit clumsy.
Yeah. So Nick Watson, this has probably been the one thing he's struggled with in his AFL career so far. Of course, he's got a long, long time in the game, of course, so sure he'll work it out eventually. But at the moment, his goal kicking has been a bit off. So now Nick Watson. He comes in here for the second goal, and it's definitely a big issue for him that he's going to have to work on. Didn't even make the distance, so Jeremy McGovern takes the intercept mark on the... Oh, the free kick's going to go to Hawthorn! So it looks like Barras may have blocked Gunston. I have to see the free kick in a moment. Big call, though, from the umpire. It was in the right position, but that doesn't mean much a lot of the time. Oh. Gunston comes around the body and misses.
Really is having the yips.
You better be able to look at it. So now McGovern will go with a kick wide here. Good kick in the end of Hunt. What do you think?
Very weak.
Very weak. That's the way the AFL goes, isn't it? Now, Kelly wants to switch it. This may be the first time now the West Coast Eagles can get a true inside 50. They go out wide with the kick. Waterman. He just holds it up for the moment. Just dropped off a bit from that hot form that he had earlier in the season. Maybe he can regain that sort of form back with his duo in Allen and Darling now combining with him. He goes long with the kick. No one could mark Kelly. In fact, it's Jermaine Jones who gets wrapped up inside the right forward pocket here for the Eagles. So the first time they're going to be able to lock this in. So throws it back up. Williams with the tap down. Dayers there. Couldn't get there. Yo. Tried to tackle well on Warple. Did okay. Moore got the kick away. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. And Ginnivan sees it over the boundary line. Oh, he's paid it! Jesus. Interesting start to this game. So, I don't know. I actually don't mind the decision, but I thought they would get away with it because Ginnivan was right there. But now Cole, he's going to go long with the kick once again. Waterman is there. Weddle out the back, got the fist down. But now snatch on goal. West Coast an opportunity, and it just goes to the left-hand side, sorry. So first score of the evening here for the West Coast Eagles. So now Amon will take the kick in. Been a great recruit from Port Adelaide. He's going to send it down the wing. Chol is there, couldn't mark it. McDonald just fumbled at the crucial stage. Now Kelly, tumble punt inside 50, but Sicily will mark that. But James Sicily has the footy now in the back 50. So now he goes long with the kick down the wing. Good effort in the end, and Meek gets in front. Of course, played for Fremantle a couple of games in his early parts of his career. Now a Hawk. Short little kick to Moore. They work this up nicely here, Hawthorn. McDonald just sets the traffic passing for the moment. Works it back inside to Newcomb. So he's in the centre of Optus Stadium here, Jai Newcomb. He wants to use it. He gives off the handball to the running Weddle, who will drive a long 60-metre ball to the top of the goal square. Chol was probably blocked a little, and it's going to be going to Barras. So, interesting one. I think they were both doing it to each other, to be honest. But I guess Barras gets the free.
Yeah, I think it's just flip a coin, that one. He did drag him a bit. But
bit unlucky there. So it goes along with the kick towards half back here for West Coast. Newcomb trying to dig it out of there. And we wrapped up again. So Hawthorn have so much of the territory early in this game, but have only kicked one goal. So back in the ruck. Williams won it down. Hunt will get the clearance here. High ball just outside the centre square. Weddle stood under it. Well done there from Allen to bring it to ground. They can work it through hands here. Good tackle from Nash. Just locked up Jones. Gave him no opportunity to get rid of it. Just every single time West Coast try to push forward, Hawthorn have got 2 or 3 tacklers on every single play. So back in the ruck again. Meek tried to gather it. Spun out of trouble there. Williams then got dragged to ground. Umpire standing there watching it. Lets it play on. Warple wrapped up by Kelly. And now the umpire will call for it. So he's trying to break it out of the stoppage here. Meek tried to take it out of there. Did pretty well. Nash. Newcomb out the back to Impey. Usually a long kick. He'll go high. Pack of players form. Who's going to get there? Barras got a fist to it. Warple gave it straight out to McKenzie. Trying to break off from Barras. The kick inside was okay, but cut off well. And now here go the Eagles on the outer side. Long kick was good. Hits up Waterman on the wing. Play on. He's going to have to go long with this one. The one-on-one inside the forward 50. Darling up against Frost. Frost did really well in the front spot. Scrimshaw troubled up here by Allen. Darling pushed through. Great tackle. Little wing tackle there from Sicily. Locked him up. Great scrambling defence there from the Hawks.
That was most their best passage of play for
the game so far.
So far for West Coast. And
free kick's been ripped out at the stoppage, and it's going to go to West Coast.
Yeah.
So free kick's going to go to Tim Kelly. Been out for the last few weeks. He comes back into the side. He's really important to their midfield mix.
God.
It's there, but it's a... No.
Yeah, it's right in front of him.
It's right in front of the umpire. It's not. He has to call it. So Tim Kelly. Probably been one of their better players the last 18 months. Obviously had a horrid year last year, the West Coast Eagles, but Tim Kelly stood up. He goes for goal now and kicks it to the left-hand side. So, well, Hawthorn are giving them a real opportunity here, but West Coast yet to kick a goal.
They seem to have settled a bit here, West Coast, just after the early onslaught.
Yeah, Hawthorn should be way further in front.
Yeah.
So D'Ambrosio now at half-back. He'll want to work it long here. He does. Commentary side, high ball here. Just in front there was Deer. He couldn't bring it down. Holding it up here with it and laying on it a little. Umpire circles, play onto the call. It gets out from Duggan. Luck of the Brave there in the end. In front there was Brockman up against the former side. The inside kick. Probably wasn't looking at it there. I think it was Nash. Play onto the call. Jay Webb goes long with the kick out towards the pocket. It's too far out, so it's out on the full. Who do you Muppets go for? I go for Sydney. He goes for Port Adelaide. So he was happy that they just held on this afternoon. I wasn't too impressed by the weekend's results, but that's alright. We're still on top. So it goes with a short kick here, aim on over the top to Frost. I just realised the scoreboard's in the bottom. Fucking hell. Scoreboard's in the bottom here for the other games. I probably should move that so I can see. So it goes long with the kick. Chol did well against Jimby. Carlton only a goal up against Richmond, by the way. Chol goes with the short kick. Terrible option. Cut off well by Barras. He's had a good start, Tom Barras. Him and McGovern. They've probably been the reason why they haven't conceded so much so far in this game. So now Barras. He's going to go long. Once again, looking for Ryan. Coming across from the side was Williams. Roved it well there, Ginnivan. Inside kick was okay. They can work it through nicely here, Hawthorn. Newcomb streaming through the middle of the ground. The low kick inside 50. Watson went up. The kick had too much on it. They're at the back here. Running onto it is McDonald with their head down. Play on. Gunston, great pick up with the one glove. Gives it out to Jaff. He can get on little dance moves going. Step past one. Handball out the back. Newcomb can go for the long roost just inside 50. Long ball to the top of the goal square. Good work there from Deer to bring it to ground. They're fighting for it here, Hawthorn. Good tackle. Held a little bit long. Gunston inside kick was brilliant. Great work from Hawthorn. They just were one step in front throughout that whole contest. And now Ginnivan takes the mark. Snaps on goal and kicks it. Well, to say they deserve it is an understatement, Hawthorn. Great finish in the end. They made it look a bit hard, but they finished the job.
They look threatening every time they go inside 450, Hawthorn. They just haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard as yet.
Yeah, I agree.
As much as they should.
What is the inside 50 count? Because it may not even be that high, but it's definitely... I mean, obviously they have a higher one. Well, it's 11 inside 50s to 5, so it is still quite high. Yeah, early look at the statistics right now. Jai Newcomb's probably been the best on the ground so far. He's had 9 touches. Ginnivan with the 5 is next highest, and McGovern is the highest with for West Coast, along with Barras with 5. Yeah, I'd say they've been the best players on the ground.
Mm.
So now, just under 7 minutes to go on this first term. From the tap down, little smart tap on from Kelly. He tried to step through. Great tackle there from Amon. Didn't let him through. And now Hawthorn can counter. McKenzie off the day. Didn't have the leg speed, but he got the handball clear. Tackle slung to ground there, Amon. Great work from West Coast to fight back. Scrambling ball in the middle of the ground. Who's going to get there first? Jaff up against Jinby. Jaff wanted it more. Handball at the back. Hardwick. Now McDonald. Portrays a couple of options. Low dart inside 50. The worm burner wasn't a really good option. Witherden just slams it on the boot. Didn't really have much thought about it. Impey got a little tap away. Jaff getting traced by Flynn. Thinks he has him covered. Impey Over the top to McDonald. They work it through nicely. Jaff again. Linking up nicely on the outer wing here, Hawthorn. Mackenzie, short little kick inside 50. Terrible option. Good work from Gunston, though, just to knock it to ground. They got the numbers here, Hawthorn. Watson to Impey. Gave it through Mackenzie. Trying to find Warple. Going in hard. There was Watson wrapped up by Hoff. Just a little bit problematic there, Hawthorn. Just had that one give. They just kept on mucking up a little bit. Option. Handle to the toes. Just the kick wasn't the greatest to Gunston there from Mackenzie. Just a little bit sloppy early on here. Hoff was wrapped up there on Nash. Ball trickles around. Good handball there from Warple. Moore stepped through some space where there wasn't any. And then Dylan Moore kicks the goal. I don't know how Dylan Moore stepped through traffic like that. But I'm sure Hawthorn fans love it.
That was a bit too easy there, mate.
Don't know how no one got a touch on a Dylan Moore there. He just stepped through with ease. A little bit too easy there for Hawthorn. Here it is again.
I think it's Jimby that's supposed to be on him, and
He just broke away with speed.
Yeah,
he wasn't even. Yeah, he was just quicker.
Yeah.
Dylan Moore was quick on his. He was on his toes, and Jimby was on his heels. You'll probably see it here. Warple gave it straight up. Jimby was on his toes. Was on his heels. That's why he didn't catch him. And Dylan Moore off the shows he has a good little burst of speed there. So Hawthorn finally get their first two. What do you guys think of Cowshed? I think he's actually a very good prospect for the future. It's a decent pickup. I think he's only like in the picks in around the 50s, so definitely a good pickup so far. He'll definitely grow into his body, and he's showing some good signs early in his career. So back from the contest on the bounce, Day gave the handball through to D'Ambrosio, wrapped up, trying to get a long time with it, just got rid of it. Umpire paid all on the ball. Good decision in the end.
Gave him a lot of time though.
Yeah, I thought they weren't going to pay it. So now Hoff goes to the kick wide, 1-on-1. Good work from Sicily. Just got a fist through that one.
Yeah, they just can't get past Sicily at the moment.
I think he took too long. I think it's a good decision. He did give the handball away, but he took way too long.
Yeah.
Triple over 45 seconds behind. That's a bit weird. Anyway. So from the tap down, did okay there, Meek. Kelly gave it through to Cripps. Just jammed it on the boot high towards half forward. Going back with the flight with Sicily. Just couldn't mark. Fighting hard for it. Weddle stepped through. May have got a high one from Allen. Ball didn't get out. Interesting what the umpire goes with here. Calls for a ball up. That was Brockman sitting on top of him up against the former side today. So Hawthorn finally putting a little bit more respectability on the scoreboard. They deserve a good lead. They lead by 17, but they probably should be up by more. Flynn with a tap down. Ryan couldn't gather. Reed gets through the handball. Ryan out the back. And now Hunt kicks it to the top of the goal square. They got the numbers here coming across. Couldn't mark that one. Chesser. Good pressure here from Brockman. Dove on top of it. He's going to be in trouble now, unfortunately. Ball got out, though. Allen trying to pick it up. Well, that was high. Had to be a free kick. Umpire didn't see it. Fell on top of him there. Reed on Ginnivan, and it's a ball up, and then Reed pushes in.
He took his head. He ran straight to his head there. That should have definitely been a free to Allen.
Top of the goal square. Had to be a free. Wasn't called by the umpire, though. So 4:21 on the clock. Top of the goal square for the Eagles. Tap down towards Hunt. Couldn't get there. Let the ball go there. Cripps from the Ginnivan tackle. Hardwick sits on top, and it'll be a ball up again. It's interesting to see who gets through here. Reed's matched up against Ginnivan on the stoppage. That's an interesting matchup. So West Coast need a goal here. Williams tapped it forward. Flynn just got a handball away, only just. Day overran it. Now Kelly got boot to ball somehow. Top of the goal square. Great work from Jaff. He watched the footy. Chesser watched the body. Jaff watched the football. So now Jaff wants to go. Out towards the outer wing for McDonald. Good work in the end by Hoff, but landed like a cat there, McDonald. Gave it straight across to Moore. Didn't have any options, so just has to take his time. Little basketball bounce on the wing. Good kick inside. They work it through hands nicely. Over the top from Mackenzie, who drives it into the pocket. Not the greatest looking kick, and McGovern marked that all day on deer.
Just the experience there of McGovern.
Wasn't a good kick, though. Good work there from Meek. No, it wasn't. It was in the back. So it'll be a free kick here on the wing to Flynn. So now Matt Flynn here on the wing. McGovern's had a really good start to this game. The two pillars down in the back 50 right now are the real reason why Hawthorn aren't further in front. So Flynn drives it long. Williams won and just snatched it out of Sicily's grasp. He gives off the handball to Jones on the left foot towards centre half forward. Okay, kick, just hits it. Gives it off now to Harley Reid. He can get the crowd up and going. Kicks it out to the left-hand side.
That would have been nice.
The crowd started to rise as he got the footy there, Harley Reid. They love him in the West. Just couldn't get the goal there. So another miss there for West Coast. They're starting to work their way back into it, but just can't hit the scoreboard. Chol went up. Sicily almost stole it out of his hands. Williams goes in. Chol shoves him aside. Back now to Sicily. Cripps will just escort him over the boundary line. So late stages in this first term. Hawthorn have kicked the only 3 goals of it. They probably should be further in front though. 15 inside 50s at the moment to West Coast only 7. Meek from the tap down. Day got wrapped up there by Reid, sat on top of him, and there'll be another stoppage. So if West Coast can get a goal late in this quarter, you'd probably say they've probably won the quarter, considering how much Hawthorn have dominated it. I'd say that anyway.
I wouldn't, but...
Oh, yeah. What, you think West Coast shouldn't be this... If West Coast get the next goal, you're saying they...
I think, yeah, they got what they deserve. They don't deserve to be 16 points down.
You don't think West Coast deserves to be 16 points down?
No, they don't. They don't even deserve to... They still should have a goal on the board.
Oh, okay. Great work there from Deer. Took the mark, and now they can run. Day, handball over the top to Chol. Really bad handball. Chol has to run and grab it. Did well with the pressure. Newcomb kept it inside. Nice little handball. Warpool just stepped through with ease. Gave it off to Chol, who socked it off the ground. And Ginnivan, all the time in the world, wasted it.
Should have just... All he had to do was get that over to Dylan Moore there, and they get the goal. But... Yeah, Ginnivan thought he had, didn't have enough time, so...
Yeah, Ginnivan thought he had no time at all, but he almost could have walked that to the line. He had that much time then. So now McGovern goes in short, finds Duggan. So short little ball to Witherden now. So about 30 metres out from their defensive goal here is Alex Witherden. So West Coast just have the footy at the moment, just trying to take possession. Cole has it now. Telstra logo. Out of sight at half-back. So West Coast don't really look too concerned to try and get this forward at the moment. McGovern in short to Duggan.
I think they just want to make it the last play. Have it for the next 90 seconds and see if they can get one more shot.
Yeah. So now Yo, this will probably be his first touch. I've hardly seen him so far in this game. So he goes long now with the kick, Yo. High ball, looking for Darling. Hard, we got a spoil across. Darling gave it out the back, did well, Hunt. Just gave it through nicely. Waterman, inside kick was brilliant. Jinby couldn't mark it. Hit the ground and now Newcomb. Gives it off to D'Ambrosio. He portrays a couple of options, goes wide with the kick here for Ginnivan. If he can grab it, he's away. Tapped it to the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. I think we should have played Finn. Oh, yeah, Finn McGuinness to tag Reid. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised he didn't play McGuinness today. He hasn't had too much of an impact so far, Harley Reid, though. He had one opportunity earlier, though. So, a bit surprised that he didn't actually bring in a tag for him today. So, 52 seconds on the clock in front of the interchange gates. Won it down straight to Warple. Day, they're dominating through the middle parts of this game so far. Nash goes long with the kick. Bit of a weird option. Just, again, on top of Deer's head, and McGovern will mark that all day.
If it wasn't for McGovern in Barras, they would be down by about 6 goals already.
So now they have it in the back 50 here, Witherden. Goes with a terrible kick. Jat's going to cut that off with ease. And now Hawthorn have a real opportunity to get one late. Ginnivan has a couple of options. The outside kick was okay. And now they can take it back, take their time. And Hawthorn now with Dylan Moore will kick on the quarter time siren. All they had to do, West Coast, was just hold it up for the next 30 seconds. And they go in with a 17-point deficit. And I believe they deserve to be down by 6 goals. So all they had to do, the kick coming out, I think it was Witherden, terrible kick. So now Dylan Moore has already got one today. He's been a great contributor to this side. He goes long, it's going to go wide, and didn't even score in the end. So at quarter time, Hawthorn have kicked the only 3 goals of the first term. They lead at 3-2-20 to the West Coast Eagles, 3 behinds. What's the other scores?
So, What do we got? So 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. The Blues are up by 29 points.
No. Boo. Come on, Richmond. Pull something out of your ass. How you doing, CJ? When there's a break, you give us the disposal tally, hit outs, etc. Yeah, right. So, looking at the player disposals right now, John Newcomb's highest disposal getter on the ground with the 11. Connor Nash, Dylan Moore with the 8, and Will Day as well. And then the top disposal getter on the ground right now is Jeremy McGovern. Looking at the... So we've only seen 3 goal scorers so far. Moore, Jaff and Ginnivan, all single goal kickers right now for the Hawks. Still, obviously, West Coast are yet to get one. What do we got? Yeah, Hawthorn are dominated so far in the statistics front. They had 101 disposals to West Coast, only 72. Varley touched it in that first quarter. Hawthorn just wasted a lot of opportunity going inside their forward 50. I feel like they should be a lot further in front right now.
Well, 17 inside 50s to 8.
Yeah.
They've just dominated. But they just... from the 17 inside 50s, they've only had 5 scoring shots. Yeah,
it's a West Coast too. To West Coast credit, if they kick straight, they'd be right in this first quarter, but they just wasted a lot of it. Yeah, right now, AFL Fantasy front, Jeremy McGovern's top scorer with the 40. Dylan Moore with the 39, Newcomb with the 36, Jaff with the 35, along with Jack Ginnivan, and then Liam Duggan with the 33. And their hit outs was what you asked for.
Yeah, Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd Meeks dominating at the moment in the ruck. He's won 9 hit outs so far in this game. John Newcomb's had a good start to this game too.
Yeah, he'd be best on ground, I reckon.
Yeah, John Newcomb probably. Yeah, I'd agree with it on that. I'd agree.
Yeah, shit.
What happened?
Oh, I'm going to lose. Fuck me. I can't believe I'm going to lose this.
I'm going to lose too. Talking on bird.
Unless this Will Day absolutely scorches them. Nah, no hope. No way. Newman and bloody Newman's Welsh, not a hope. I need to win this week.
I'm gonna play you this next week. AFL Fantasy. That's pretty.
We're gonna get creamed.
Me?
Yeah, we're getting creamed.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't help that bloody Whitfield gets 160.
Yeah, I know. Fucking asshole. You did Hawthorn today, didn't you?
Yeah.
This game? Yeah, I thought so. Carlton, by the way, guys, are up by 35 points now, so that's all over. God damn it. What did you think of Port Adelaide today, actually, while you're here?
I thought there was...
You think you're back into the grand final contention?
Oh, God, no. We'll lose next week if we play like that.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
Yeah, it was. It really was. If Port Adelaide actually took their opportunities, Port Adelaide should have won by about another 3 or 4 goals. Neither Marshall and Georgiadis just couldn't mark anything. And Ollie Lord kicked 2 goals, but he kicked 1 goal, but God, it made it look difficult. And I think the one thing that that St Kilda stuffed up is that they took off Tom Campbell.
Why?
Because Marshall was actually doing well forward.
Yeah, he kicked 2 goals, didn't he? 3 goals, right?
Yeah, 3 goals. He should have been more, but...
Be respectful, CJ. Glad to see Harley doing well. That's good. So looking at the Carlton game right now, I just want to take a quick look at that. Yeah, so it was, basically a goal of difference, but then Carlton blitzed them in this quarter. They've kicked 5 goals in a row, 4 goals in a row now. and they lead by 35 points at late stages of the third term. Sam Walsh having a really good game. 2 goals, 21 touches. Paddy Cripps has dominated as well. 3 goals to Lockie Fogarty. So I'm guessing you're a West Coast supporter, CJ. Just a little bit of a guess on that one. Well, Carlton just kicked another goal, guys. They're up by 41 points late stage of the third term. But the second term is underway at Optus Stadium. From the tap down, Williams got it down. Coming through nicely there was Ryan. He'll get the clearance. High ball inside their forward 50. Opportunity here, couldn't mark it. Gets out the back. Breaking through is Jones. This would be the perfect start to the second quarter for the Eagles. Jermaine Jones comes through with ease. And West Coast get the first goal of the second quarter. Well, that made it look real easy. They struggled to even get it inside forward 50 a lot of the first quarter there, the West Coast Eagles. Pretty easy stuff if you just get an easy centre clearance like that.
Well, this shows how bloody easy footy can be if you get the clearance.
Great work there from Liam Ryan. He broke through. He just adds a little bit of extra speed and pace at the stoppage, Liam Ryan. He obviously doesn't have the fitness to go through there a lot, but if he can just bring that to his game, it's going to add a great little dynamic there for the West Coast Eagles midfield. But great goal there from Jermaine Jones. So a former Geelong player, Jermaine Jones, moved to the West to play more football, and he's been pretty decent for them. From the tap down, Williams won it straight to Warpaloo. Almost threw that to Newcomb. Play on. Newcomb drives it long inside the forward 50. Gunston coming across is Barras. Well, they're going to have to do something about those matchups right now, Barras and McGovern, because if Hawthorn can shut them two down, they'll win this game pretty easily in the end. They're the only two really keeping them in this game. Speaking of those two, they combine nicely. McGovern gets the handball as well. They work it through the middle of the Eagles. Tumble punt from Chesser. Wasn't the greatest looking kick. Sicily couldn't gather it. Newcomb going inside the defensive 50. Reid was beaten a little bit too easily there. Newcomb's kick isn't the greatest. Did it catch the line? It didn't. D'Ambrosio isn't convinced about it, but Jaden Hunt will take the free kick in the forward pocket.
That was a very horrible kick by Newcomb.
Probably one of his things you'd say poor about Joe Newcomb's game is his goal, is his kicking. But now Jaden Hunt comes around the body and didn't do much with it. Stuck it through for a behind there. There's another point, but West Coast have the territory early in this second term. So the Swans on top, flogged as Port. I don't want to talk about it. Will the Hawks make the 8 if they win this? I still think they won't. I think they're just going to miss out purely on their percentage. Is going to be really tough. I think next week's a big game for them though against Geelong down at the Cattery. That's going to be a big game for them. I said it in we if you look at our watch it after the stream. We made our rest of season predictions, but yeah, I think you picked them to miss. We both picked them to just miss the 8. I think Hawthorn.
Yeah.
I did say next week though if they can beat Geelong, then I think they could make the 8.
Well,
that's a throw. Anyway. Day breaks through a couple, got the handball, and now it's locked up again. Just on the forward side of the wing out of side here for Hawthorn. So one down straight from Meek. Newcomb couldn't gather it. Ryan went to ground. Ball spills out though. Reid gave it out the back. Maybe a handball. Hunt just jams it forward. 1-on-1. Good work from Sicily. Just pushed Waterman out of the way. Took a good mark. So it's McGovern and Barras down one end, Sicily down the other at the moment. So Sicily goes with the wide kick here. Good mark in the end. Low down there was Meek, and he wants to give and go. D'Ambrosio hooks the kick inside. Was a nice option to McDonald. Just holds it up for the moment. So centre wing here is Connor McDonald. Just works it short. So they just work it up slowly here, Hawthorn. But now Amon wants to go. Low ball inside the forward 50 and out the back. Again, it's an intercept mark. This time it's Liam Duggan. So it gives it off to Hoff. And now low ball here to Cole. So West Coast just trying to work this up slowly here. So a short little pop kick over the top was okay. Back to Duggan who started this whole thing off. So he wants to go through the middle of the ground.
Jesus
Terrible
Christ.
kick. I think he missed the golden brown jumper. He gets it back off the spoil, but turns it over again, Duggan. Had a horrid few moments. Now Sicily works it short in Impey. They went about 4 metres. He has to play on. He runs and kicks it short. That's a good kick in the end of Warple. Short little option. That's okay. McDonald again, just inside the centre square. Take his time here. Just trying to pick the right option here, Connor McDonald. He's going to drive it high and long once again. Chol's got to run up. Chol goes up! Great mark from Mabior Chol. Had an easy run at it, and he was going to take that mark every day of the week. Had his name written all over it.
Nobody got body contact on him then.
Yeah, Barras didn't actually get anywhere near him. He was too busy trying to play. He was too busy trying to stop all the other avenues that Mabior Chol just got off the chain.
And Gunston did well there to move McGovern forward of the contest there.
Yeah, good team play. It's something that Jack Gunston brings to this game. But Mabior Chol, he's been big for him since joining the club, and he's hooked it across the face.
Come on.
A couple of missed opportunities from Hawthorn from the first quarter and a bit in this game.
He needed to nail that one.
So now Duggan just works it in short here to Witherden.
Well, he hit that one.
Yeah, it's a good kick there from Duggan. I did that short little kick in the back pocket. So Witherden's going to go long with the kick just in front of the interchange gates here. Darling is there, so is Williams. Out the back is Allen.
Beautiful mark.
So Allen just works it back. Not really trying to push forward at the moment, the Eagles. They're just trying to take this very slowly. Oh, God. The kick only just hits Duggan in the end.
Duggan's had a good quarter.
Let's see where this kick goes before we start backing him too much. So Duggan just drives it long. 2-on-1 here for Williams, but he got hands to it.
Ooh.
Umpire didn't pay the mark. Jinby gave it out towards Chesham. McKenzie did okay. Newcomb over the top to Meek. Gave it to McKenzie, who has to go back. Trying to give it off and then drag down. Good work there from West Coast. And gets a little bit more push and shove. A little bit fiery contest at the moment.
That wasn't holding the football.
I think he got a handball.
Ooh.
Right? Tough call.
Jeez. Might have to see a replay of that because I don't think he handballed that.
Yeah, I don't think he did either, to be honest. So Meek taps it down to Ginnivan. Gave it straight through now to Newcomb. It's been really good to start this game. Kick down the wing. Took the mark nicely there, Watson. Just where Hawthorn are breaking down a little bit at the moment. They just haven't been able to convert a lot of goals. They should be further in front. Goes long for Chol again. Barras went up, couldn't mark. Hits the ground. Gunston tried to give it through to Nash through legs. Getting in and under. There was Day. Trying to get it out of there. Reed as well. Somehow got the boots of ball. An 18-year-old as strong as an ox. Got rid of it. Now Weddle spinning, turning. Got the handball out towards Meek. Not really the run and gun play, but he gives it out to Ginnivan. Short little option to Day. Hits it up. 60 metres out from goal is Will Day.
They're just going to be able to lower their eyes here.
Goes a little short kick. Just hit the mark in the end. And now Dylan Moore once again. He's breaking away from the West Coast defence so far in this one.
Well, on quarter time, he did make the distance. Probably about the similar distance out.
I don't know if he'll kick this. Yeah, I think he's going to... Well, he gives off the handball at 50 to James Sicily, who winds up and kicks it out on the full.
Well,
no, he kicked a point. Sorry, it's really gone fuzzy on the stream on KO. Holy shit, I can't even see it.
Well, that was just really poor defense from the West Coast.
Yeah, they're very lucky they weren't made to pay there. So now Duggan drives it long. Frost was there, couldn't mark Sicily. Gave it out the back, did well. Aim on. Handballed through nicely. Hawthorn working it through the centre of the ground. Got a couple of options. Day, Newcomb about to get dragged down. Threw it away. No, he didn't. He got the handball clear. They did okay there. Threw a couple more hands. Pressure up here. Got rid of it only just. Pressuring now is the Whiz Kid. Dragged down. Play on. More. Trying to get rid of it. Great scrambling defence there from the Eagles. McGovern gave it over the top. Wasn't a great handball. Day has some time. Tucked up in the pocket. Jimmy couldn't take him out. Day threads it through. Gunston. They've still got the footy in Hawthorn, and now they just take it back to Frost.
They've got to reset in Hawthorn.
Holy shit. Can someone fix the fucking... Whoever's doing the stream for KO right now, can you fucking fix it up for hell? For Christ's sakes. You have it.
That's
All right.
better.
I'll watch it on yours while it's fucking up. So Sicily has the footy now. So he goes wide with the kick into the pocket. Meek is there. Good work from Williams. Knocked it out of bounds. How many games a week do you do? Usually only the one game. I may sometimes do two, but most of the time it's only one. Where is it? So tap down, straight towards Nash. You got the handball clear. Watson in the pocket, shrug one give. Gives it off to Gunston, who snaps it to the top of the goal square. Didn't hit Chol. Wasn't the greatest kick in the end, and now West Coast can rebound. They work it through hands. Waterman works it out wide. It's a good kick in the end. They can just slow it down a little bit here, the Eagles. Jermaine Jones works the kick back inside. Good kick in the end. Hits up Cripps. Back. They work it through Jones. Inside kick wasn't a very good one at all. Turned it over. Sicily wrapped up by two Eagles and dragged to ground. It'll be a ball up. I'm going to try and reset this, actually. Just give me a second. So back in the ruck we go. So back through Day. Jimby wraps him up and it'll be another stoppage. That's right. Better now. All right. So back in the ruck we go. Tap down there from Meek. Nash will get the clearance. Wide ball. Good kick in the end. Got a bit lucky with it, but now Ginnivan wants to go. He wheels around. Goes long into the pocket. 1-on-2. And then Barras takes the mark in front of Watson. Don't really know if Watson's the option you go to long, but Barras was happy to oblige.
Especially when McGovern and Barras probably been the two best players on the field.
Why this one? Mostly because my brother was able to come over today and watch the game and stream. And he was watching the Port game earlier. So that's really the only reason why.
Jesus Christ, I can see why both these teams are in the bottom 10.
I think Hawthorn are definitely playing a little bit better. They just can't get it on the scoreboard. So Weddle works it through the middle. Hardwick just inside the centre square. They've got some runners here. Weddle's there. He played on. Bit of pressure on him. Now Frost has his time on the bounce. Short little kick inside. And Hawthorn can just steady once again. Nash, not a great looking kick. Just hit his option in the end. Name on. So it's just waiting in this game. Just trying to see who can make the big strike. Gunston. Probably should have given that one to Jaff there. Jimmy just let him go. He probably should have given the handball. But now Gunston holds it up here. Just forward side of the wing. The kick out wide to McDonald. He goes further on to Jaff. Working this up really easily here, Hawthorn. So now, just over 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Jaff has the footy outside 50. He's going to set it up again. Charles there. He goes long for Meek! Well, there you go. The big man gets two hands to it. And Barras in the one-on-one got shoved aside by the big ruckman.
Was it a push? Yes.
Probably a free kick in the end, I would say.
Yes, you're allowed to have your hands in... I still don't get that. You're allowed to have your hands in the back of the defender. But
well, it's too confusing. It's either you got to... If the hands are in the back, you got to pay it. It's because if it's a pushing motion. Yeah. I mean, you can say that's a pushing motion. Who knows? But now Lloyd Meek... They do deserve a goal here, Hawthorn, and Lloyd Meek salutes to the crowd as they go quiet at Optus. Well, they do deserve a goal. They should be further in front here at the moment, Hawthorn.
25 inside 50s for 8 scoring shots. That's really not taking.
And it's funny because a few of their opportunities as well have been like just long dump kicks inside their forward 50. Fucking hell, they did it again. So back in the middle we go from the tap down. Hawthorn did okay there through Moore. Now Newcomb feigned the give. Dodge back inside, back to Moore. The tumbled punt towards half forward was okay. Couldn't read the bounce there, Gunston, and sees it out of bounds. Now I'm going to need it again. So Ginnivan just getting his toe checked on at the moment. So hopefully he's all good to come back on. Looks like he's just getting it strapped there. It's the big right toe, just for everyone wondering. If anyone's got a foot fetish out there. just... So gives off the handball, and now Ryan coming out the front of the stoppage. Dodge one way, the kick wasn't the greatest. Williams has to run back and track it down. Did okay. Pressure on here for Hawthorn and the West Coast Eagles, and it's balled up here. How many out on the full for Hawks? I don't know. I don't even know how to check that. Tap down there from Flynn. And then Yo sees out of bounds. Free kick, I think, it's been ripped out here. It's going to go West Coast, Wade Elliott, Yo. So Yo will get the free kick here. No, wait. Yes, it is. Wait.
Yeah.
So Elliott Yo will take the free kick. He goes high and long. Coming out the back, there was Allen. Couldn't drag it down, though. Meek. Moore. Aim on. Takes his time. Usually a good user. Little pop kick. Just couldn't mark it there, Newcomb, but it hits the ground. They have the numbers. Handball wasn't the greatest. Trying to go off the ground there. Flynn was a little bit lazy. Now Brockman. High ball inside the forward 50. Going backwards to Brazio. And Darling hits him.
50.
Should be 50.
Isn't.
And it isn't. That's tough. It should have been 50. Christ, if anything. So it goes wide with the kick here. Hits up more. So it goes back with the kick. Maybe just leave it up against here. So it goes long with the kick here towards Moore. Couldn't mark. Hits the ground. Nash got rid of the handball. Now to Weddle. He has a few options. He just goes to the short kick. McGovern going back. Couldn't get there. And Watson takes the mark on the lead. So I don't know if he's got the distance in him. It's going to have to be a pretty long kick. He'll probably kick from probably just outside 50 here, Nick Watson. Well, if they kick this, they'll be up by a game-high 4 goals here, the Hawks. So he's kicked. He's had one shot on goal, didn't register a score. He comes in now. He runs a little bit of an arc. He sends it long. It's going to go out to the right forward pocket. It's not going to be a good score, but it's fisted through for a behind. So now McGovern, he goes with a long kick out wide. 8 minutes still to play in this second term. 2-on-2 here, Waterman. Brought it to ground. Hunt was immediately tackled by McDonald and taken over the boundary line once again. So right now, this game's at a bit of a standstill. Hawthorn probably deserve to be a little bit further in front, but West Coast just hanging on for the moment. So Nash taking the second ruck roll here up against Flynn. One down there by Nash. Ball almost tackled in the back there from Kelly, and it'll be another stoppage. Whipple got the kick away, back into the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous option. Jaff gave it out the back to Weddle. Has to fight back and get it. Did well. Handball got smothered. Trying to fight for it now is Brockman. Yo. He'll just slam it on the boot. Got it smothered there. Jaff did well. Wrapped up there. Brockman did okay. Now Hawthorn can work it through. McKenzie just couldn't grab it cleanly. Jinby out the back. Flynn worked it through to Reed. And here he goes. Gives it off. Brockman out the back. Yo. He's got a few options. Goes to the high ball into the pocket. Darling looking for the free, didn't get it. Maybe he did. Yes, he did. So Jack Darling will get the free kick. Bit unlucky there, Hardwick. He thought he was a little bit hard done by. But Jack Darling, an opportunity that West Coast desperately need to take. It was a bit of a play. He played for it a little bit, but it was high.
He made sure the umpire saw it.
So Jack Darling, been a bit of the punching bag at the West Coast Eagles, but he's been a great servant of their club. Jack Darling comes in and he hooks it to the left-hand side and eventually thumped through there by Josh Weddle.
To be honest, how did he not make the distance there?
Really? A lot of the players today have not made the distance on their kicks. So right now it is an even 3-goal game. So Amon just casually escorts outside the back 50. Goes high and long in front. Couldn't mark. Free kick's going to go to Hoff, though. So now they can go back inside their forward 50. In fact, it's McGovern who has it. So McGovern goes just inside the forward 50, coming through dangerously. There was Waterman. Back with the flight. Nice mark there from D'Ambrosio. So he just works it in short. Hawthorn can work this up slowly here.
Oh.
Amon has it.
Jesus, I'm surprised that wasn't 50.
So now Amon goes long with the kick. Brought to ground. Who's going to get there first? They got rid of the handball. Okay, here, Gunston. McGovern tries to grab it. Watson slapped it forward. Got ricocheted off of Chol. Hoth wraps it up. Ryan gave it through. And now Hunt streaming off the wing. He blasts it long inside the forward 50. They have the numbers here, Hawthorn. Hardwick gave it through. Turned it over. And now West Coast. Big opportunity here to kick a goal. Reed misses again.
Wow.
Fucking hell. This thing is so fucking shit. So a big opportunity there for Harley Reid. He kicked it across the face, and now Jaff has the footy in the back pocket. He'll send it long down the wing. Coming across nicely there was Flynn. 5:22 on the clock. So now he's going to send it long here, Matt Flynn. High ball. Waterman's there, so is Darling. Fist on it by Scrimshaw. Gets it out of bounds.
There's just a lot of teams. Both teams just can't take their opportunities at the moment. It's just...
Yeah, at the moment, Hawthorn, I think, should be 5 or 6 goals in front. They're only led it by 3 goals at the moment, but West Coast just don't look likely to score at the moment either. So back in the ruck, Flynn won it down, trying to take it out of there. Nash wraps him up. It'll be another stoppage.
Flynn's this is the contest he's got to dominate when he's playing against the second ruck of Hawthorn.
Nash won it down. Cripps gives it off to Reid. Looking for the high one. He's going to get it, I think. He will. Got a bit lucky there, Harley Reid. I don't know how Impey actually hit him high. But he shrugged high and he got it. We both live in South Australia. Well, obviously. It wasn't really that good from Impey. I'm gonna agree with that. I know that he led with the shoulder there, Reid, but he shouldn't have had his arm that high there, Impey, either.
No.
He's probably trying to block a handball. But yeah, probably a little bit a little bit rusty there from Jarman Impey. So now Harley Reid, he's been out for 2 weeks. West Coast have sorely missed him. He comes in now. He's had a few opportunities today. And he's missed again.
Jesus.
The crowd are ready to ignite for this kid. But he just can't get it online today so far. So it's 2 behinds and a 1 on the full from Harley Reid so far in this one. So Sicily, now he can run and go off half back. The kick down the wing was good. Hardwick just holds it up for the moment. 4 minutes still to go. So what's there been? 2 goals in this quarter. 1 to each team. How did you become a Swan?
Winning the premiership in 05.
No, that was not the reason, you lying sack of shit.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark from Gunston. If anything, you barracked for Port when they won the premiership, you douche. No, I barracked for them probably around 2014. Oh, I think it was just the colours, I think. Purely, I think it was the colours. I was a pretty dumb kid, let's be honest. Red and white, that looks pretty sick, bro. Ugly duckling reference. How did you become... Oh, I get the reference, yeah. So Jack Gunston, a long way out here. He sets it up to the top of the goal square. Where's Mabby or Chol? Where is Meek? He got hands to it, couldn't mark. Kelly just got the handball away. Reid shoveled it out okay to Jinby. They work it outside the defensive 50 pretty well there, the Eagles. Cripps on the back foot. And then Ryan slammed it around under Sicily. Cripps fights back and got it. Great pressure here from the Hawks. Ginnivan, handball over the top, missed it. Moore wraps up Hoff. They work it through hands, and now through the middle is Duggan. Gave it through to Reid. Can Ginnivan catch him? Reid just has to gather and go. He runs away, kicks it long, inside the forward 50. Great looking ball. Should get the free kick there, Waterman. Great kick from Harley Reid. He's just starting to work himself into this one. And great kick from Waterman. He could nothing. Only thing the defender could do there was give away the free, which was Sam Frost.
Sam Mitchell's got to really look at this of Harley Reid, because
you wouldn't want to let him get off the chain here. If he has a big third quarter, the game could be taken away from them.
But the only thing that's stopping the Eagles at the moment is that they're not taking their opportunities. It's and Hawthorn as well. It's who is going to take their opportunities.
Oh, Sam Mitchell just slammed the buddy back behind him. He tried to put a hole into the KFC like. A little bit of Alistair Clarkson about him. We love it. So Jake Waterman to kick a big goal here for the Eagles. He goes back and kicks the goal. 11 points the difference. And West Coast just keep this game alive in the second term.
Well, we saw him punch the sponsors before he had the shot. It's not probably a good thing that he's got the phone with him at the moment. He's just slammed that against the bloody desk. Yeah, that's definitely a free kick every day of the week.
Yeah, it had to be. Not that Frost could have done anything about it. They should have had him. Harley Reid just broke away from that play. Yeah, that was obviously going to be a free kick. Except Frost just reached for...
And every Essendon supporter at the moment is probably just saying, how the fuck was that not a free
It is bang!
And Sam Mitchell is pissed.
So with that goal, Jake Waterman moves back into third spot here in the Coleman race. He's missed a couple of games this season as well, Jake Waterman, so it could be a lot closer as well. So from the play, gave it out the back here. Newcomb got spun, gave it away back to Lloyd Meek, who goes high towards centre half forward. Got a touch. Ginnivan just gave it away to Warple. Looking back for Ginnivan. Reid wrapped up by Ginnivan. Reid tried to just push him aside. That was alright. Got back to his feet. Jimby let it go. Ginnivan gave it through to Warple. At the back to McKenzie. Wrapped up by Chesser. Ball spills out. Jinby feigned. Fended away. Now Duggan. High up and under ball. It'll be coming back. So Will Day just has it outside the 50. Short little ball was nice. And now James Warple. Play onto the call though. Got it smothered from the kick. Can West Coast get another late one? Witherden got the kick away. High ball towards the wing. I think it hit the head there of Allen. But he did nicely to get back onto it. Try to get through the handball. Great tackle there from Amon. And now the Hawks can repel. Amon here on the wing. Little handball over the top to D'Ambrosio. He gave it through okay. They work it nicely here, Hawthorn, and now Moore. Usually a great user. And two players all on their own. Nick Watson, the one who comes up with it.
I think I would have rather given a give and take that one if I'm a Hawthorn supporter.
That's very true. But Nick...
5-16 so far this season.
Yeah, so he's missed a lot, Nick Watson. I'm sure he'll come good, but he hasn't kicked the goal today. He's in fact had 2 shots on goal, which have not scored. I'm still very surprised Finn McGuinness didn't play today. So now Nick Watson. He's had a few touches today, still yet to trouble the scorers. This guy's going to be an Energizer Bunny for them in years to come. But right now, Nick Watson stands up to a big moment, kicks it dead straight, and silences the Optus crowd.
A bit too early. 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
Oh, nothing wrong with it. Love a little bit of personality in the game. Nick Watson kicks a big goal. Well, they've been pretty dominant in this first half, Hawthorn. West Coast have had some opportunities as well, but just had that overlap handball.
I think Dylan Moore's been one of Hawthorn's best.
I think it's gone Newcomb, Moore, and then a raffle between McGovern, Barras, and
I think it is McGovern at the moment.
McGovern at the moment, probably. Yeah, I'd probably say McGovern. I think that's the 3 votes at the moment. 3, 2, 1. Nothing wrong with the shush, in my opinion, Dwayne. From the tap down, Williams won it straight down. Reid looking for the high one. Play on. Ryan was there. So was Kelly. Stepped through nicely to Cole. But they're working backwards here, the Eagles. The grubber kick was dreadful. Warple through to Jaff. Can they get a late one here, Hawthorn? 5 seconds left. Across his body, the kick. Oh, a big hit there from Witherden. Got it to ground. Ryan. And they repel the danger just there, the West Coast Eagles. But at half-time, after a pretty big second term, both teams fired a few shots, but not really many convincing ones. And at half-time, it is Hawthorn who leads by 17 points. Scores are 5-5, 35 to the Hawks. Just in front of the West Coast Eagles, who are 2-6, 18. You can get 2 against us in 40 seconds. Yeah, Port Adelaide did that. Alright guys, we're back in actually about 20 or so minutes with the second half. Guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 69. LOL. We are children of the Boundary Riders podcast. Have a lot to talk about today. We've got a little bit of announcement to start off things. We'll look at the breaking news of the suspensions and the injury front. Also a big one, we're going to be doing our rest of season predictions. Of course, now all the buys are over. Everything is at parity, so we'll be looking at the rest of the season. We'll be looking at Port Adelaide as well. Obviously a Port fan, my brother, so we'll talk about them, our tips, and of course AFL fantasy breakdown. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Rankin from the pocket. Don't tell me, Isaac Rankin.
Yeah.
He's just got the license for a brothel.
Well, I think Gather Round's going to be AFL. I think this is next season.
It's at the handle at the back. Nick Dankos to get the pies home. He's done it.
So, guys, welcome back. Brother here is nearly always, because you've been in the last 2 weeks, back in the squad. We'll talk about Port Adelaide in a minute, but a pretty disappointing weekend on your front.
Yeah, it's just another disappointing week to be a Port Adelaide supporter.
Yeah. The reason why I want to say a little bit of announcement, first of all, by the way, the Swans won, so don't need to
But what a shocker, another win.
Another great win on the board.
Yeah.
We're going to keep on going, though. I'm not going to fucking get too ahead of myself. We're doing very well. The announcement I wanted to say is actually not so much... I don't know if you guys would be happy about it, but I guess we are. Well, I am. I haven't told you yet. We got our first pay today from YouTube.
Oh, perfect.
I'll talk to you more about it later, but yeah, we got our first pay. So, fucking sick. Anyway, we did also release out, because we're recording this on Monday. Sorry, this is coming out on Thursday, but we've got a couple of videos coming out. Whatever, we'll cut some clips from this. But, yeah, the video essay for the AFL journalism video just came out, 2.5 hours ago? Basically, 2 hours ago. It's received a lot of good attention so far. Not really anything bad. Not like the... By the way, the people recently tuning into the AFL commentary video, whoa, that's hit a new fucking community. Fuck me. If you go click the newest comments on that video, holy crap, there's some fucking out there people. Anyway, the new video about the AFL journalism stuff, I thought was something a very interesting topic that a lot of people aren't talking about. I guess no one's really ever liked a journalist, let's be honest.
No.
It's not ever, but especially nowadays. I think a lot of people do realise that they do use a lot of like crappy tactics to like get you engaged in their content, whether that be through rage bait, clickbait, which I mentioned in the video. But yeah, I mean, you saw the video. Did you... I obviously got you to review. You usually review most of the video essays that I do in case there's anything massively wrong, and then you miss it, and then I get a comment saying, "Oh, this is poorly researched because North Melbourne made an extra final." Yeah, did they win anything? No. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I make some mistakes. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyway, how you don't really follow a lot of like other journalism outside of the football space, so you probably would understand. Like, I guess maybe since we've been doing this sort of stuff, we've kind of more noticed the different sort of tactics they do use. Because basically we're trying to make fun of it, basically, with the flog of the week. But yeah, you've seen some of the comments. You were a bit surprised, were you, that you saw a lot of like likes for the video, and a lot of comments.
Yeah, it has only been out for a couple of hours, so you can't really say anything.
Yeah, who knows? We're making
there's
a bunch
always
of
going to be
hate,
a turn. Yeah, there could turn.
Who knows? Maybe one of the journalists will find it, be like, "Excuse me, I did not say a sexual remark to my fellow colleague, Megan Barnard." Imagine if Tom Morris responds. That would be so sick. Come on, Tom, please. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe there could be some negative stuff coming through, but yeah, overly positive to start off with, and I really like that. Obviously, I do like the constructive criticism as well, when people like say, "Oh, this thing was a bit wrong" or whatever, or you know, with the North Melbourne video, I did make a mistake on saying that they didn't make the 2014 prelim as well. And apparently Wayne Carey wasn't the youngest ever captain. I found that research, and apparently it wasn't. So I am sorry for that. It feels like some people think that I go out there to do it deliberately. It's like, no, I'm sorry. That's the research that I did, and that's what I found. But anyway, I guess I got it wrong. So
really, you should be a part of the journalism and the AFL.
if I get one fucking comment that says, "Oh, research, that's funny considering your research," I'm going to fucking scream. Because I'm one guy in my fucking room who works 40 hours a week, does this as a hobby. That's their fucking job to get it fucking right. If I get one stupid comment that says that, I'm going to fucking blow a gasket, I swear to God. The one thing I did want to talk about, there was one comment that I did want to talk about, which was, there was a couple of comments that were like very fucking, "Oh, Kelly Underwood sucks because she's a woman," and it's like, fucking, you're an idiot, bro. It's not because she's a woman, okay? If you think that's the only reason if you think that's the reason that Kelly Underwood sucks, you're a fucking moron. And I stand by the fact you need a fucking helmet. I stand by that fact, okay? But there was one person. This is what I hate about this like identity politics sort of bullshit. We'll get off this in a minute, but someone like said that I was sexist because I made a point of like Kelly Underwood is not. It makes mistakes, and it did kind of annoy me because I was like, for one person said that I was pandering to women, and another one says that I'm sexist to women. So What? I can't win. Now, I'll be interested to see if anyone gets angry at me because I made points about Caroline Wilson. I don't think anyone likes Caroline Wilson. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, and some person before made like an annoying comment saying, "Oh, Kelly Underwood's the greatest. She's great on Insiders or whatever the fuck she does on ABC." Hey, bro, she doesn't commentate on fucking Insiders, you moron. It's about her commentary. Oh. Anyway, we're going to get off the comments because that just shits me. If you want to listen to me rant about comments for fucking half an hour, listen to our Twitter's podcast. That's where basically it's all saved for. Anyway, let's move on. So, yeah, I really appreciate the support on the video essays. I think the next one we're going to do, though, is about Hawthorn. I think we're going to do like I know a couple of the team ones that I've done lately are like a lot more on the negative side, I guess. I guess the Swans one was positive when they broke the drought. The North Melbourne one was quite negative, like a bit of a positive at the end.
And the St Kilda
And the St Kilda one was very negative. But I don't go out there trying to make a hate video on the team. I'm trying to look at it as like, okay, this team has done very poorly. What do they need to improve? Or what pointing out the fact that they've made mistakes on. This one's going to be a lot more about Hawthorn, how in the last 2 years, from basically the point of people calling out that Hawthorn were essentially tanking to now it could even be a chance to make the 8. So it's more of like a rise of Hawthorn. So this one's going to be a lot more of a look at how good they've done rather than how poor they've been. So that's where it's kind of going to look at. So for any Hawthorn fans, get excited for that. If you're not a Hawthorn fan, make sure to watch it because, I don't know, give me some fucking support for Christ's sakes. Let's move on though. We'll talk about a couple of suspensions and injuries over the weekend. So first of all, we do have the suspension I wanted to take a look at was Patrick Dangerfield. He was given a 1-match ban for a dangerous tackle. He has just challenged it. So you guys will know, I guess, by the time this comes out, what happens. I think it's going to get a week. I don't think you change it after he locked his arms in.
Yeah, I think that based on this year, you can't let that be free to play. You can't. If they're going to take head concussion seriously, you have to leave that as a week.
I'm gonna let it slide that you said head concussion. But anyway,
whatever.
But no, I think that he's very lucky that Sam Walsh didn't get concussed because if he did, he would have been in serious trouble. Like I remember we were streaming it. And you said that's 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
You're still a little bit surprised it wasn't. I think if it was a concussed, he would have got.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Walsh pretty much bounced straight back up.
And he played one of the best.
Yeah, he played one of the better games. He was second best on the ground according to the votes, the Battle Riders votes, of course. The best medal in the game. I think we're going to do a promo for that like later in the year. I think that'd be fucking sick. Like get some like players of like saying like, oh, you know, it's really exciting Brownlow night and just change it to Boundary Riders medal night. That'd be kind of sick. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get away with it though. I think that's going to be given a week. I don't think you can really just change that one, unfortunately. I think now if you pin both arms and don't give a player a chance to like brace for impact somehow, it's just unfortunate that Dangerfield's probably going to get a week. I understand why Geelong are doing it because they're kind of at a point now where they need him out there, even though he didn't really play. He played okay against the Blues in the first half and a bit, but I think his fitness just wasn't there to play the whole game out very well. So, yeah, I think that's something that will concern the Cats, but I don't think he'll get away with it. I don't think he really should, to be honest, based on this year. Another one that was not a suspension, but rather a fine, which was to Stephen May. So, if you don't know, he there free kick on the weekend against North Melbourne for a dangerous tackle, which what happened was that he was taken to ground, his head hit the ground there was not much contact in the ground. He grabbed his head, and the umpire did not pay a high free kick or dangerous tackle free kick until he saw Stephen May holding his head.
Yeah.
I think it was Nathan Buckley today, which is Monday, said that it should have been a week. And at this point, I know maybe a bit harsh for whatever, but I think it should have been. I think that's crap. He shouldn't have fucking grabbed his head. I don't think he went off at the time. So clearly there wasn't any sort of concussion protocols looked at. So I think that's crap from the AFL. I understand that it's very hard for them to give a week for staging. I don't think they've done it.
They've never given us a week.
I know they've given Kane Corns a fine a while back. I know everyone brings that up every time he says something stupid on Footy Classified or something. Well, you're a fucking stager, shut up, bro. But yeah, it's something that I think the AFL seriously need to take a look at because I think staging is definitely starting to evolve. It's starting to rear its head in the game every now and then. Obviously, with the high tackles, I do agree that that's kind of slowed down a lot more. A lot less players are trying to look for that high free kick as much. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, I have noticed it, yeah.
It's not as so much as like everyone's trying to lower their arm. I don't know, maybe because Joel Selwood retired, it's a little bit less. But yeah, it just feels like a lot less players are doing that now. But yeah, I think that players now are definitely over-exaggerating head contact on the ground to get a free kick.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be allowed. Now, look, the umpire did make a mistake in that game. I 100% agree, and he shouldn't be, let go for that. But even if that is the mistake made, when you see it the next day on when they do the MRO, you need to look at that and say, hasn't gone off for a head knock injury. So clearly the club isn't concerned about the head knock. If it was at the point of the pain that he had because he was grabbing his head, like Sam Walsh when he had his head hit into the turf on Dangerfield, he didn't grab his head.
And he didn't even come off, I don't think.
No, he didn't come off either. No. But Stephen May grabs his head like he seriously hurt his head, like seriously could have a concussion, and nothing happens.
Yeah,
that should be a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, I don't know if it ever will happen, but I think they probably should have deserved a week.
I don't know who said it during the week after it happened, but if you're gonna do that, clutch your head and all that, something like that. Even if it was like Stephen May, take him off for 20 minutes. That's why it should, in my opinion, be an independent doctor.
Yeah, I'm very surprised the AFL was so against it too when they brought that up.
That's the one prime example of why it should be, because they will take him off, even if he's faking it. He can come off and say, "Oh, I wanted to get the free kick." You say that to the doctor, it'd be like, "Well,
fair enough.
You got 20 minutes. You're coming off for 20 minutes anyway because you clutched your head like you're claiming you've got a head knock.
Yeah.
So you're taking 20 minutes, and if you want to explain that to Simon Goodwin, go ahead. But if you're not, the doctor will be going to tell him that. The independent doctor will go, "Oh well, he clutched his head. He claimed that he got a head knock. So as per the AFL rules, he's off for 20 minutes."
Yeah, I mean, it would stop players from doing it.
And, yeah,
it would
exactly.
stop players from doing it because, especially if it's an important player as Stephen May was, he was very good on the weekend.
Yeah.
If he was off for 20 minutes, who knows if Nick Larkey kicks 2 or 3 goals in that time.
And they win that game. So it could It could have cost them that game if he comes off.
Let's not go to clickbaity too far, but yeah, I mean, I do get what you mean.
If he comes off for the last 20 minutes in a game like that, it could cost them a game.
Yeah,
and it could cost them a final spot. Could cost them a grand final. You never know.
Yeah, well, I think Melbourne are going down at the moment.
Yeah, well,
I do get what you mean, exactly. And if it was a player like a Carlton player, a Collingwood player, a Sydney player right now, if they did that sort of stuff and then just, got a free kick from it and didn't come off, that could potentially mean big spots in the finals, the end of the year. But I do agree, that was just... At first, I thought, he's not going to get a week. I never thought he would. But I think it probably should have been.
Yeah.
He only got it. And the funny thing is, he got an $1,875 fine, which is a very weird number. I don't know. I'm sure there's some reason for that, but that's what he got. And Zach Butters, I don't know why they didn't give him a week. He's been charged, I think, 3 times now this year for suspension. They gave him a $10,000 fine. So, I'm just like, fucking... I don't know. Stephen May surely earned enough money. They could have given him like a $4,000 fine. He would have been fine.
Well, I'm thinking like Butters. It's like, well, that's probably that's not even his weekly paycheck.
Yeah, probably not for Port. Yeah, he'd probably be up there for Port. So yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah, moving on from the suspension stuff, there's a couple of injuries we want to talk about. So first of all was Alex Pearce. This was actually Sunday afternoon between the Gold Coast and Fremantle. It came off late. I did mention it in the review with a forearm injury. It does see that they are still anxiously waiting Fremantle to see if he'll be okay to play against the Swans. That would be a massive loss for them if he was out.
Yeah.
Because he's basically their general back there. Obviously, Sydney, even though obviously Joel Amartey had that 9-goal game.
He had 1 disposal last week.
Yeah, well, other players were in. It's a team effort, Jack. It's a team fucking effort. But what I'm saying is, he's like, obviously Sydney's tall forwards aren't like, the Curnow and Mackay, but he obviously does set them up back there.
Yeah.
And he would be a massive loss for them. And I think this is a big game for Fremantle as well, because if they can pip the Swans, which they have done at the SCG, I think the last time they played them, this was a couple of years ago though. Oh no, it was last year I think against, the SCG. I'm pretty sure. But that was when they were in pretty poor form.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have a good record. They do have a recent record. So Fremantle, if they go down there, beat the Swans, that'd be a massive win. But it's going to be very hard to see them do it without Alex Pearce. So that'd be a bad loss for them. Another one was Tom Hawkins. This was way back on Friday. It does seem that Tom Hawkins is pretty optimistic as he awaits results on the scans to determine whether he can continue his AFL career. Well, that's not very good to say. that's not very fucking optimistic. Fucking hell. I guess that's just clickbaity AFL.com.au sort of like a subheading or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I think it would be very surprised. Like, look, even if he does come back, I feel like this is his last year. I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, it seems like this year injuries have got to him.
Yeah, it feels like this needs to be a reset for Geelong. I guess we'll talk about that in the rest of the season predictions with Geelong. But I think at this point, they had a massive start to the year, obviously. They were just unbeatable until about round 7, and then they got beaten, and then since then they've only won one game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's something that Geelong at this point, I feel like they kind of went, okay, we had a down year last year. We can bounce back now. I think now they've kind of realised, okay, we need to go, build this list again a little bit better. They don't have to rebuild.
They just need some depth and more
Yeah.
experience of playing some of the
some of the youth players. Because, I mean, Ollie Dempsey, even this year, with all the, obviously the injuries last year and stuff, from all that and all the players this year coming in, and that, from the draft and that, they've only really played Ollie Dempsey. I don't really think there's been a lot of other young kids coming through, like playing full games. I mean, Shannon Neal played a couple of games.
Toby Conway.
Toby Conway, but even then, they're not really trusting him just yet.
Yeah.
I think he'll definitely take over for Reece Stanley. I think Shannon Neal will probably take over for when Tom Hawkins does eventually retire. So I do think they've got a couple there, but I think at this point they just need to get games in. So I don't know about Tom Hawkins. We'll see how that plans out. The last one that I wanted to take a look at, which was surprising, I didn't really know about this, but Tom Lynch, as it's been confirmed that he had a minor strain in his opposite hamstring from the previous injury. This was with Lynch exiting against Hawthorn with general soreness. Richmond says that he will miss the club's next 2 matches against Carlton and then Fremantle. That's really unfortunate. He just can't really get himself going this year. He hasn't been able to do it for the last 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
I think you almost put him on ice at this point. There's no point trying to get him back for the rest of the season. If they're not going to be able to really do much, hit the draft, see what they can get from that, and then try and go on from next year. Because if he can play a full season, I don't think Richmond finish bottom of the ladder.
No, he can kick you 50 goals if he plays the whole season. So they 50 goals for Richmond, they wouldn't finish bottom.
Yeah. Even Nick Larkey last year fucking got North Melbourne out of bottom spot, basically single-handedly. Yeah. So I think Tom Lynch can definitely do that at his stage, even though he's a little bit older in his career. Yeah, so that's basically all the injury news and that sort of stuff, guys. So, with that being said, of course, now all the buys are done. We're hitting into round 16. So, everyone's been talking about the rest of the season predictions. What's going to happen with the rest of the ladder? So, on screen right now is the current ladder as it sits at the end of round 15. The Swans obviously still being on top, North Melbourne down the bottom. First of all, I'm going to go over my AFL ladder prediction for the rest of the season. So, first of all, I've got the Swans still sitting on top. Carlton in second, Collingwood third. Move your ass. Move your ass. Fuck it. Stupid piece of cunt. Please don't tell me that chair broke. No, I didn't. No. Oh, you put it back. Thank you.
I think it's, but I don't see the mic working.
It's because the other one's there. I'll show you. It's the one lower. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we're back for the second half, guys. Thanks my brother for getting it on because I was fucking sort my dogs out. My family is Glenelg, hence my mum. When we moved to Melbourne, I'm a 4 for Hawthorn. Oh, okay. Glenelg. Ugh. So here we go. Start of the second half. I don't have the headphones on, but Yo tackled Nash.
Very professional. It's professional as most of the commentators these days.
No, I'm not as that professional. Adam Papali's pretty professional. So Reed shrugs it off, did okay, working through nicely, just shrugged the cackle and gave it off to Yo. Now Flynn, not really much the delivery, man. Works it inside forward 50 with a floater. D'Ambrosio, Sicily over the top to Impey. Has a few options. Just runs away from Flynn. Back to D'Ambrosio.
Oh.
It goes out wide. Just hits the kick in the end of Scrimshaw. So works up the kick there. Couldn't mark. Newcomb was held without it. Surely should get the free kick, and he does. So it's the game. Are the game finished now?
Yes, they won by about 65 points.
Fuck. No. So it goes long with the kick now. Good mark from McGovern. He's probably been their best player so far for West Coast. So works it back inside here for Rotham. So just trying to set this up here, the West Coast Eagles. They're only down by 17 points. Feels like it's a little bit further away from them this game, but they're still within grasp. Works it up nicely here, the Eagles. They're working towards half forward now. The kick to Waterman. Pushed underneath it. He'll get the free. Play on's the call. Darling will dribble it towards goal. Bit of an odd decision when D'Ambrosio's in the line, but he tries to take it through. Good tackle there from Chesser. Gonna be a ball up. Odd decision there from Darling.
It's like he didn't see that D'Ambrosio was right there in the square.
I don't know if he thought D'Ambrosio was a person
Like
in the crowd.
Look at the replay there. Like it's not like he couldn't see him.
So just inside near the goal square, tapped it forward, dangerous ball. D'Ambrosio gets a dribbling ball outside the defensive 50. Hoff runs behind it, then bounced it back to him nicely. Hoff kicked it straight into Newcomb in front of him, who stands up to it like the strong man he is, and sees it bounce over the boundary line.
The first 5 minutes are going to show who's actually. It's just going to show whoever gets the first goal, who's actually going to take the momentum here, because both teams just couldn't take their opportunities in the first half.
So Flynn from the ruck, Meek won it down. D'Ambrosio again, just couldn't get a clean handball away. Meek, more. D'Ambrosio over the top today. They work it nicely here, the Hawks. Nash got dragged down, threw that away, surely. And the umpire pings him for it. So good pressure here from the West Coast.
They just couldn't. The pressure so far from the Eagles has been pretty good to start off the quarter.
How you doing, expired bread? They just said there that Waterman's gone down to the room, so that's really concerning there for the Eagles. Impey, great mark. That's really poor from Matt Flynn. Has to beat Impey in the air.
Yeah.
So he goes to the short kick now. Hits up Scrimshaw. He went to go. He goes long with the kick out the back all on his own. McGovern dove, tried to stop it, and Deere just out of his grasp. Yeah, no, I actually got to look like that meme, that emoji at the moment. I just realised that with the glasses and the crappy facial hair. We both kind of do. Oh, shit. You got that right, though. Flynn to try to take it out of the ruck. Now Duggan clearing ball towards the wing. Imby in front again. He's been a really good servant for Hawthorn since moving from Port Adelaide. Never really found a permanent spot in the 22 for the Power, but moved to Hawthorn. He's been a really good player for them. So now Impey goes high and long once again. Deer's in the spot. Barras came across, knocked it to ground. Out wide with the handball to Duggan again. He's had the most disposals on the ground, I believe, for the Eagles so far. Blasts it long. Allen overran it, and Scrimshaw takes it from him. Gives it off to Impey, who again can just thump it long. 2-on-1 here. McGovern up against two, and even he could win that. Great play there from Gunston. Just let Meek have a good, clean run at it. He's done that a few times today, Jack Gunston, just being in the spot to help out his teammates. I know he did it earlier with Mabior Chol, and now Lloyd Meek. A chance here for his second goal. He's been really good this afternoon.
No idea how that happened, that he left Lloyd Meek by himself.
Well, I think it's Matt Flynn. He's had he's just came off the ground with an injury.
Right,
I was about to blast him, but that's kind of how that happened. So Lloyd Meek kicks it across the face, and it's out on the full. So I was about to give him a blast then, because I thought he was not manning up his man, but he just came off the ground hobbling. So I do feel sorry for him now. He's not in very good sorts right now, Matt Flynn. He's got his hands over his eyes. So it's a really concerning one there for Matt Flynn. The sub for them is Ryan Marrick, so not exactly like for like, but they do have Williams up forward who can go in there. Moore got taken high. He'll get the free kick here at half forward. Dylan Moore been one of their best so far. Had a handball option there. I think it was McKenzie. Decides not to go there. He works it back inside for Sicily. It's a good kick.
I think if Ryan actually went harder, then he may have actually got that.
So now Sicily Low ball inside the forward 50. One-on-one is Watson. I don't know why they keep on going him as the marking option, but anyway. Cripps, little smart tap over was missed. Newcomb spun the full 360, portrayed a few options. Hardwick, now to McDonald. Finish the job, young man. Snaps around the body, and Hawthorn get the first goal of the second half. So a great finish there from Connor McDonald. And Hawthorn just keep on chugging along in this game.
Yeah, I don't know what Jaden Cripps is doing there, though.
He's a better player than that.
Yeah, he needed to take the contact. He needed to take the ball and take the contact that was coming, and he just, to be honest, there's no point in lair-rising 50 metres out at your defensive 50.
I don't like the rat's tail. You got to get rid of that, McDonald. If you want to be seen as like a really big good player, like have you ever seen the best player in the AFL have a rat's tail?
I don't know if it's meaning a lot, but did.
It's not gonna work for me. I'm sorry. You have to get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's
like, boys, that's it for me. I'm coming
done.
off.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, well.
So Bailey Williams immediately put into the rucks. That's real concerns now for the Eagles. But back in the middle, Newcomb threw it away. Somehow Hunt got it. Jinby got it snatched away from him by Jath. He receives the footy. Gives it off to Warple. Low ball inside the forward. 50 little kick at the back is Jack Gunston. And he deserves a goal. He's given up a couple. Oh, in fact, it's Blake Hardwick, sorry.
He's swung forward.
So they swung him forward here, Blake Hardwick. They gave him the first half of the back 50 and said, Blake, you're our key forward right now. Go back forward. We actually saw him in gather round. Gave a couple of the Collingwood supporters not really much of a good time there. They really hated us by the end of the game because we were so happy about Blake Hardwick's game. But anyway, so Hardwick comes in to give Hawthorn the game-high lead of just under 5 goals. He comes in straight through the middle, and Hawthorn just starting to flex their muscles. Well, it's looking a little bit ominous at the moment.
I think the two injuries to two of the important players in Waterman and Flynn hasn't helped them to start off the third quarter.
But I think also Hawthorn are going in a lot better. They're not just bombing along as they were doing for a lot of that first half. This one, like this kick, this is like on the lead towards Chol. It had too much on it for him, but see, Barras can't obviously impact that ball because he has to stay on Chol for the whole contest. If it's a long bomb, he can just come off of him and get in front of the contest. So I think Hawthorn are definitely doing a lot better going inside their forward 50 and now take a game-high 29-point lead. So Matt Flynn, he's walking a little bit better. He's still got a hobble up, but he's going to go down to the room. So
I assume he's going to get subbed out here.
Yeah, I'd assume he's going to be the one subbed out, Matt Flynn. So Cal Shadir on the other side. So there's a lot of injury concerns right now in this game. So tap down there from Meek. Jinby tried to give it off to Reed, but good tackle there from Warple. So looks at the moment, West Coast, they desperately need the next goal. Meek is starting to really dominate in the ruck. Try to get boots of ball. There was Warple. Ball ricochets around. Kelly gave it up to Warple. He's got Ginnivan as a handball option. Just works at the centre half forward. Good kick to Watson. He's a good, decent, one of the better leading forwards at 170 centimetres. Goes inside the forward 50. Fisted away towards the points. And now Hardwick locks up Rotham. He'll be gone here. He gets a high free kick instead.
He was lucky there, Rotham.
He went to ground a bit too easily there. But now Hunt has the footy in the back pocket. Who is on Reed. Doesn't really look like there's a real match-up at the moment. So Morrison, he has been subbed on now. So Cal Shadir has actually been subbed out of this game with injury. So now Jaff has the footy just outside the forward 50, I would say. Probably go along with this one. So I'll let you know what the Cal Shadir injury is as soon as we find out. Did you hear what it was?
No.
I think it was a leg injury. He did hobble off. So Jaff goes long with the kick. In front. Good mark. No, couldn't mark in the end was Rotham. Hits the ground. Kelly Witherden. Reed tries to shrug off Chol. Got the handball away. Only just off. And now Witherden can clear. Through the middle of Optus Stadium. Terrible kick. It got out the back though. Frost overran it. Scrimshaw will get there first. Just keeps it in front of him. Cripps kind of owes them one. Gave it off to Mackenzie. He's got a couple of options. Gives it to his captain in Sicily. And Sicily takes his time. Attracts the defenders. And now Weddle can run off. Gives it off to Scrimshaw. High looping handball, okay to Morrison. And now Weddle, who kept on running. He goes with a short kick. Good option in the end to Chol. For a big guy, really good kick. Inside the forward 50. Good work there from Cole to get a fist to it. Underneath it was Mackenzie, wrapped up by two Eagles. And be a ball up right on 50. So Ryan Marrick is currently getting his vest off on the, well, not the vest off, the jumper off on the boundary line. So wouldn't be surprised if he won't come in pretty soon. But now Warple from the stoppage drives it long and across the face it goes. Lloyd Meeks really starting to take a stranglehold in the ruck. He's been really good in this third quarter. He's had a pretty good game, so he's starting to work his way into the boundary riders' votes, I believe. Taking over from that McGovern vote, I think, in this third turn. I've really liked Lloyd Meek the last couple of weeks. I think he's
had a very underrated season.
It's really unlucky that there's a lot of other ruckmen that are taking the
there's
spot
about
right now.
4 or 5 ruckmen that would probably be in front of him.
Yeah, but he's had a really good season. Trying to work the 1-2, there was Morrison. Impey gathered it
yeah.
well, stepped through 3, and then got a high one.
I think that was...
So Warple wants to take the advantage. That should have been paid advantage, I think, for Warple, but nonetheless, Impey will get the free kick. Reed couldn't do much about it in the end. And it's kind of an interesting, it's a little bit of an evener upper. She gave away the high free kick earlier in the second term. So now Weddle wants to go along with it. Just a little sidestep. It now gives it to Sicily, who's going to drive it into the pocket for Hardwick, and Day comes across brilliantly. And I think you have a bet on it for... Oh, no, you don't.
I need fantasy, but I actually checked that, won't I? Let's see.
So Will Day takes the mark. He's had a really good game so far. Coming across brilliantly. Probably should have been a free kick against Hardwick, if I'm being honest, but umpire didn't really do much about it.
Not going to happen.
How's my week been? Yeah, well, the Swans lost. They're not as good as what it could have been, but anyway. We had to lose eventually. You had a pretty decent week. They won for once. But anyway. How you doing anyway, Brendan? So Will Day comes in, tucked up in the pocket, to give Hawthorn a 6-goal lead.
Oh,
he's kicked it to the right-hand side. He sliced it little, and it's through for a behind.
I can't win. I'm 100 points down. With only him in the air. Yeah.
Oh. That's wrong. So it's 31 points to the margin. Darling has it, goes long with the kick. Great mark from Liam Ryan, going back with the flight. He's calling the runner to go on. It's a good option to Brockman. He just has to get onto his feet, get the kick away, slip the ground back to Ryan, who can kick it inside the forward 50. Jaff has the front spot, and he takes it brilliantly.
Marek really had to just go for the spoil there. He just wouldn't be able to take the mark from where he was. And
yeah. So Waterman looks like there's an injury with the back of his knee as well, so that's really concerning for the Eagles. But it does look like that Ryan Marrick's back on the ground for the first time. Hoff a little kick over the top. Duggan adds the footy. So at half forward, they need to go forward now, West Coast. They can't just keep on taking their time. I don't think they're going hard enough going forward. They're just taking it slow, and it just gives time for Hawthorn to get back. He sends a high ball. Weddle got a fist to it. Cripps trying to get boot to ball. Amon took him to ground. Should be pinned, and he is. And now Hawthorn want a rebound. Warple takes the bounce, gives it off to Nash. They work it through nicely. He feigned the give to Hardwick and went over the top. Gunston takes a bounce. He can take another, the veteran, or go along inside the goal square. And Dylan Moore, he's been brilliant this afternoon. And a chance here to take it over 36 points.
Yeah, it was just about the opportunities. And Hawthorn didn't take them in the first half, and they are now. And
you're a good... Essendon seem to have some frostbites every time they play Geelong. So Dylan Moore comes in and kicks the goal. 37 points to the margin. And right now, the West Coast Eagles are a breaking strain. I just think... What do you think about Essendon? That's an interesting one. Do you think... They surely can't do it again and drop out the finals from here.
Well, the way they're playing, they probably... They may, because the next 3 weeks, I think they play some games that they...
Let's have a look at the next couple of games. Well, you probably see it on the footy live app. It's probably easier than fucking looking up on the AFL one. Who do they have the next 3 weeks?
They have Collingwood next Friday night, I know that. And then I think in 3 weeks' time they have the Crows at Marvel.
So they have Collingwood, Melbourne, and then the Crows at Adelaide Oval. Oh, sorry, at home, sorry. At Adelaide. So they play the next 3 games in Victoria, which is a shocker. But
Well, they only play one more game away.
Oh, yeah, they do too. So back in the middle we go. If West Coast don't get their next one, this game's as good as done. Williams won it down. Got bumped to ground there by Warple. Sat on it a little. Warple trying to get it out of there. Ball should be holding the footy. No, it's not.
Warple has actually performed well in this quarter.
So now Duggan sends it inside the forward 50 towards the pocket for Reed. Got a bad bounce. Weddle just take it over the boundary line. So it looks like it was more tactical that Cal Shadir was actually subbed out. They did say that he did have a little bit of a rib concern, but overall it was more tactical than anything. So that's good news for Hawthorn. I think that's probably the right sub to make, if I'm being honest.
He hasn't
Done a lot today, so yeah. So Williams with the tap down. Get away here nicely. Here's Nash. Oh, got a smothered though. Handball through really nice there to D'Ambrosio. Over the top to Warple. They're playing with him a little. Now Weddle will just clear it wide. Towards Ginnivan in the one-on-one. Duggan almost wrapped out a brilliant mark. Ginnivan tried to keep it in front of him. Did pretty well. Watson up against Duggan. Duggan keeps it in front of him and just take it over the boundary line. So right now, West Coast just need to try and move the ball a lot quicker. Have to go helter-skelter almost.
They just haven't had any time to have any possession.
When they do have it though, it's so freaking slow and boring. It's so slow. They've only kicked 2 goals for the whole game. One down there by Williams. Jinby tried to soccer it forward. Now Cripps. He gets on his right boot, swings it towards the forward 50. Sicily in front. Probably got a high one. Play on. I don't think it was actually. Oh, no, it is to Sicily. Liam Ryan tried to fool the umpire and everyone else in the ground, but Sicily got the free. So the centre half back now to Frost. Aim on. They're working through. This has been way too easy all afternoon. Weddle streaming through the middle of the ground. The mullet flowing in the wind. Sends it into the pocket for Chol. How easy is that?
Blake Hardwick nearly was trying to take the mullet there.
They could have raffled that one.
Do you think that that maybe they played their best footy at the start of the season and they're just tiring at the moment, the Eagles?
They shouldn't be that tired. They just came off the bye. So Chol steps one step around the body and hooks it way too much. Hawthorn, I think West Coast are extremely lucky that Hawthorn have not put them to the sword. This game should have been done 20 minutes into the first quarter. And I don't think West Coast can fight their way back here. They're not playing well enough. But Reed's going to have a 3-vote game from here just to get him over the line. And that's saying something from a guy who's, 11 games into his career? So sent forward here from Brockman. Amon overran it. They have a number out the back here. Jaff. He did well. Morrison ducked down. Got a bit lucky there. He'll get the free. I think that's pretty unlucky.
Yeah. But looking at the stat of 16 marks inside 50 to 0.
Yeah.
Shows a lot of the...
This is unlucky because Morrison immediately drops his knees, and Marek, there's not much he could have done there.
But he's going to get lower.
No,
as the AFL would say.
Yeah. So Sicily off half-back, goes to the low ball towards Weddle. He couldn't mark, kept it in his grasp, and taken over the line by Tim Kelly. So 38 points to the margin. West Coast coming off the bye, so you'd think they'd have a little bit more run in their legs, but obviously Hawthorn are as well. So West Coast at the moment, pretty big crowd up the stadium. They just need something to cheer about. Harley Reid, if he can get a goal, it could get them somewhat back into this game. He's definitely the guy who will bring the energy to the contest. Jinby tried to slap it out there to Yo, be ball up. Someone who hasn't got into this game is Elliot Yo. He has hardly touched it in this game so far. They're trying to get some runners into this game. Like they got Liam Ryan at the stoppage, but he can't get a lot onto it. So I just don't know what West Coast, what's the next lever they can pull here. Yo, great tackle. He held Ginnivan without it though, so be a free kick here to Jack Ginnivan. West Coast are getting a little bit I don't know if it's undisciplined because they've got a couple of these free kicks have been a little bit harsh, but they've given away a lot of free kicks in the last 10 minutes or so. It just seems like even though Hawthorn may be a little bit younger on paper, they just seem a lot more composed. So McDonald has the footy here, centre wing.
Well, I think it just shows the inexperience. Well, between the experienced players that West Coast actually have compared to the gap difference of their list.
That's a great kick there from Sicily. Impey charges forward. Low ball towards Chol. Overrun it, but then dragged it down with the 1 mitt.
And who whacked him? I think it was Barash who made him earn it. And he's down, Chol.
Like to see what happened here because I think he got a whack to the face. A little bit of the old school sort of defender play there from Tom Barras.
He's like saying, yeah, get up, mate. Wasn't that hard?
It's a good grab there from Chol. But that kick was a slow play, and the fact that Sicily could just switch it back into the middle of the ground.
And hit it between I think it was, 3 West Coast players there?
Who were just covering space. Here it is, so... Oh, yeah, got a little bit of a clip to the eye, I think.
Yeah.
So it looks like the knee has been strapped here for Waterman. He was being subbed out of this game. And I think Matt Flynn's also out of this one as well.
You said he's back on the field.
Oh, okay. So Waterman's back on the field. Flynn was the one subbed out. So maybe your Chol comes in to give him a 7+ goal lead, and Hawthorn just continue to push their way towards the top 8. Well, if they can get a big win today, push their percentage up a bit, who knows what will happen here. You know, right now, let's have a look at the live ladder. Do they have the live ladder up? They probably should. Or does this one come up with the live ladder, or it's only the AFL's? It's only the AFL app, I think, isn't it?
No, it should.
Oh, yeah, it does. So Hawthorn's percentage right now is at 96.4. So that's not the greatest, but it beats Port. Nearly, if they can get a couple of big wins. They got West Coast this week. Who do they have after that? I don't know. Who do they have? They have Geelong in July. Okay, that's gonna. I don't think that even if they do win that one, I don't see them winning it by a massive margin. So lead it by 44 points at the moment. Hawthorn. Meek out of the ruck just steals it out of there. Newcomb was held without it by Kelly. Ball sits under him for a moment. Then it's a ball up. Hello, EB. What, EB Games? Which one's EB? So just about to tick into time on in this third quarter. Tap down from Meek immediately to Cripps. Doesn't really look like the Eagles are really trying to do something different here either. Darling tried to take it out of the ruck, dropped it, sat on it for a moment. Yodel underground handball, did well to Duggan. Through to Ryan, but wasn't a great give. Amon couldn't gather it. McKenzie at the back. Impey. They've just been a step in front of West Coast all day. Jaff works it through, steps through one. Jones trying to track him down, but again, too easy. Kick out wide is nice. And a good strong mark taken out there from Amon. Back inside to McDonald. Just seems like Hawthorn are starting to ready themselves for a big charge towards the finals.
Jesus.
The kick, free kick against Reed. Just getting a bit frustrated here, Harley Reid. Sicily not in. Sicily just has a little wry smile, knows how to get under the skin of an opponent.
Wait, did he put his leg out? Oh, he did, but he didn't. But he missed him.
So Ginnivan has it. Sicily having a little bit of chatty with Harley Reid. Be interesting to see. Don't mind it.
Sissy's probably just saying, "Hey mate, you're only in your first year. You've got so much more years to experience."
Neither of those two will take a backward step. So Will Day has it right in front of the interchange gates. He goes long with the kick. Them numbers out the back, but Meg just drags it down. Gives off the handball to Dylan Moore, who has Jack Gunston. He can have a couple of options or dribble it into the goal square and tap through for a behind there by Jinby.
You just had to...
Kick it in the air, for fuck's sake.
To be honest, he could just tread water and then get back on his right foot and snap it around the body. That's what he should have done.
He had no pressure on him either.
Yeah.
West Coast have dropped off so much on the pressure here. So now Witherden has the footy to kick it out.
Well, look at that. Nearly 100 more uncontested possessions at the moment. Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think they're just running away with it. I think this could be a pretty big flogging towards the end of this game.
Yeah, Oscar Allen just hasn't got near the ball today.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe the last couple of rounds of the season, last month or so, month and a bit, he'll definitely come on. I mean, he's definitely not a bad player by any means, of course. He's one of the best players in the comp, one of the best key forwards in the comp when he's up and going. So Marek goes to the central ball, looking for Kelly. Hit the toe of Amon. Work nicely there, Newcomb. They've just worked it nicely throughout the whole game. Impey over the top of D'Ambrosio, calls for a lead-up option. They just work their hands nicely. More to Ginnivan. The check side kick inside, a little bit lairising there from Ginnivan. Jones couldn't gather it cleanly though. Moore again wrapped up by Marek, who shrugged him to the ground a little bit. Get ball up. So just outside the forward 50 for the Eagles. Nash got the kick away. Centre half back, the kick goes. Jinby should get there first. Got a bad bounce. McDonald tried to get a good tackle there on Witherden. Jinby over the top back to Witherden. They can work it through hands here, the Eagles. Cole, he's got Marek in the middle of the ground. That's where he goes now. Who's the next link in the chain? Got to be stopped by the roadblock in Sicily. And he gives him it! Love to see it as Sicily plays for the 50. And he didn't get it. Good. Good. He didn't deserve 50 with that. He's had a good game, James Sicily. The kick goes out wide. Hawthorn, nice kick inside towards the pocket. Couldn't mark down low as Gunston, and then Duggan takes it out of bounds. Hawthorn starting to build, every single game they start to dominate in, they start to build a lot of confidence. Maybe a young team, but Sam Mitchell's got this team chugging along nicely.
I'm glad that wasn't paid 50.
Yeah, I know. If you're going to give it, you're going to take it as well.
Yeah.
So Meek was probably held there. Should have got a free. Ginnivan tapped away. Slapping it forward. Backwards here is Cole. He sits on it a little. Kelly backed over the top of it. Now McKenzie wrapped up by McGovern. So 45 points to the margin. West Coast have been scoreless in this third quarter. Hawthorn will kick 4 goals for. Just feels like they could be further in front, the Hawks. That's all this. You'd think this. The only thing that should be different in this game is the margin should be a lot more than what it is. Williams tried to slap it away. Cripps sits on top of Newcomb. Ginnivan stepped through a couple. Nash out the back. Working it through. Moore went to ground. Now Ginnivan has a few options. Works it into the pocket for Gunston. Just out of his grasp.
I think they're I don't know, Leah rising with it a bit. They're trying to be showboaty about it at the moment, Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think a bit of it, but also I think they're just a little bit. I think they put this game to bed pretty early on in this quarter. I don't think West Coast have came out at all. I think they do need to try and grind this win out, Hawthorn, by 60 plus points here. Yo tried to break away, got the kick out towards the wing on the bounce. Impey overran it. Now wrapped up there was Scrimshaw it was, and Allen wrapped him up. So right now Hawthorn, minute 22 on the clock, they led it by 45 points. Right now, seems like the only question is how much will Hawthorn win this by? Williams sends it up. We're back with the flight. Nice mark from Ryan Marrick. Well, he's done a few up and down things since coming on. Sicily's coming off the ground with an elbow injury, it looks like. That's really concerning there for Hawthorn. Hopefully everything's all good on his front. But he's coming off slowly. Arms being held by the trainer.
Maybe his shoulder popped out.
Yeah, it's a shoulder, in fact, not an elbow. So as he goes up...
Yeah.
Ryan,
Ryan,
immediately...
Yeah, Ryan immediately...
Just got tangled up against Ryan.
Yeah.
So... Hopefully, he's going to go straight down to the rooms here, is James Sicily. So that's really concerning here for Hawthorn. D'Ambrosio goes with the kicking towards the wing, couldn't mark. Hit the ground. Kelly handled through nicely. McGovern heard the voice of Duggan. Marrick went to ground. Did well to get it up though to Kelly. Threw the handball. Don't know about that option though. Sock it off the ground, but McGovern cuts it off. And it's going to be 50. Well, it thinks like this is going to be the only chance West Coast are going to get to kick a goal. And McGovern is an opportunist.
Yeah, that was against Dylan Moore for the encroachment of 10 metres there. Don't really like the decision because he was literally going back off his mark, but yeah, it's there.
So James Sicily taken off the ground. West Coast, with just under 40 seconds to play, a chance here to kick their third goal of the evening. So now Jeremy McGovern. A lot of people probably wouldn't remember this. He started as a forward in his early career. Being one of the best defenders of the modern era, Jeremy McGovern. But he comes in now. He'll bring it back and just kicks the door open just a little bit. And kicks their third goal of the afternoon. Well, the only way they're going to get a goal is if they almost got it gifted to them. So they got that in the end. It is 39 points to the margin. Jeremy McGovern kicks his first goal. And look, I don't think they can come back, but that's a pretty good goal in the end. So sock it off the ground. Dylan Moore comes in. Oh, he's off. Oh, fucking can't. He has done nothing.
Yeah, look at this. Like, McGovern doesn't even see him. Doesn't even look that way towards him. And it's not like it's stopping. It wasn't stopping the play because he doesn't. I don't know. It's the one rule. It's one of the rules that it just doesn't make any sense.
I get it if it stopped him from kicking it. Or whatever.
But 99% of it doesn't.
And they don't pay it 3/4 of the time anyway. So 21 seconds left in the quarter. Tapped down by Williams. Wrapped up there was Yo. Try to fumble through, and again they'll get the clearance here. Hawthorn, McKenzie just shrugged off the back. He goes to the kick towards half forward. At the back there was McDonald, brought it to ground. 8 seconds left. Can Moore get onto this? He does. Ginnivan with 5 seconds goes inside with the kick for Day. Couldn't mark. Just on 3/4 time, he had an opportunity. And the siren sounds. Big chance there for Will Day. He showed real courage there. Just couldn't mark it in the end. Really good to see all the young teammates of Hawthorn getting to him. That was a really hard hit there on Will Day. Put everything behind that, heart and soul in that play. Just couldn't mark it in the end. But Jeremy McGovern gets up second best as well. He went back with true courage as well. But at 3/4 time, it's been all the brown and gold in this third quarter. They lead it going into the last change, 9-9-63 by 39 points over the Eagles, who are 3-6-24. Well, right now, who are you giving the 3-2-1 votes to? What do we got here?
What do we got?
So-
I think Sicily.
I'd give Lloyd.
Lloyd Meek 3,
Yeah, I think Lloyd makes me brilliant.
Sicily 2, and Dylan Moore 1.
Yeah, I'd probably give that.
Yeah.
Newcomb.
He started well, but 25 disposals, but he hasn't really done much.
I feel like he had a very good first half. He didn't do much that
his
quarter.
influence, I don't think, was very big in that third quarter.
James Warple's had 10 clearances. He's had a good game too. It's been so hard because there's been so many good players from Hawthorn in this game so far.
Well, third quarter, Newcomb, he had 6 disposals, but 1 kick, 5 handballs. It's just like, I think Lloyd Meek, I think, has just dominated so far in this game. I can't believe I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose by like 80. I'll probably lose by about 50 points today.
Beep, 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 beep. Did you watch any of the first half of the other game?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Sam Walsh, 3 votes. It's tough. 14 clearances. Holy shit. I think Paddy Cripps gets 3 votes then. 3 goal assists as well. Paddy Cripps, definitely. 3 votes, Paddy Cripps. 2 votes, Sam Walsh.
Of course.
I fucking have him as my reserve too. I needed that too for money. Razi old Fantasia. Nick Newman 1 vote, I think.
Yeah.
700 metres gain too. Yeah. Alright, I'll go with that.
We'll lose. I may need to beat you next week to at least have a shot at finals.
So James Sicily, he did have his shoulder pop out late in the third term. Hopefully he's all good. They really desperately need him out there for the rest of this season if they are going to make a late charge towards finals, of course, Hawthorn. Not so much for this game. I think they've got this one well and truly sewn up, but obviously he's going to be important if they are going to somehow sneak into finals this year for the Hawks. So Harley Reid lining up in the middle of the ground to start this last quarter. Not really surprised with that. Hasn't seen a lot of it today, Harley Reid. McGovern's back on the ground, which is good to see. But here we go, start of the last term. Meek wins the first tap, but Reid breaks away and he'll get the first clearance here and more. Sends it inside the forward 50. Not the greatest looking kick going backward mark there from Morrison, the sub. The inside kick there finds Mackenzie. So now Mackenzie, he's going to send this one long on the outer wing here. Interesting look at it. Marks inside 50 today. 17 to Hawthorn, 0 to the West Coast Eagles. So free kick's going to go here to Harley Reid. So this will be his 17th touch today. Reid goes inside the forward 50. One-on-one is Ryan. Morrison took the front spot, couldn't mark. Spun through, then handballed it away. Cripps handballed through nicely. Yo wrapped up. Good tackle there from Morrison. The bye has not affected Hawthorn's formidable form. Yeah, I agree. They've played really well today, Hawthorn. To be fair, they're playing against West Coast, who have not played well at all today, but still, they're playing really nicely. So umpire throws it up, tap down, spills out towards the boundary line, and just where the boundary line meets the 50-metre line will be the throw-in area. Fucking... you fucking hell.
All right.
Shut up. So West Coast kicked the last goal of the third term through Jeremy McGovern. Can they get the first goal of the last quarter? Nash tried to soccer it off the ground. Kelly handballed, but then got it interrupted. Mackenzie stepped through cleanly. Free kick's been ripped out though. And it was called a throw against Tim Kelly. So it'll be a free kick to the Hawks to Connor Nash. So 39 points the margin. Hasn't exactly been a game for the record books, I'll be honest. Goes in shot to Impey, wasn't 15, so it goes right back here to Weddle. Got a couple of votes this year in the Boundary Riders medal. Josh Weddle had a pretty good season. I actually looked at it. You know the most amount of votes, I think, from a player who could win the Rising Star has actually been Ollie Dempsey, I think. Yeah. He goes along with the kick, got the spoil on that one with it in. Towards the middle of the ground on the bounce. Tried to tap it to himself there. Nash did well. Ginnivan socketed it off the ground, came off the outside of his boot. McGovern gathered it.
I think he needed to pick that up there.
He's had a couple of layerising moments today, Ginnivan. So Chesser goes out wide with the kick for Cripps in a one-on-one. And now Weddle can run and go. He'll love the open spaces of Optus Stadium. Dragged down brilliantly. Great tackle there from Chesser. And now the Eagles can go. Can they build some momentum off of that? Cripps sends it inside the forward 50 at the back. Allen couldn't mark. Jaff has the option of the handball. He did well. Morrison to Impey. And now he can repel off half-back. The wide ball for Moore, all on his own. He can go with the kick wide. That's a good option in the end to Newcomb. Bit of quieter in that third quarter. Over the top. And all on his own out the back is Mabior Chol. Gunston, a 60-metre ball. He's going to have to go along with it. Good spoil there from Barras. I think the free kick's going to be called, though it is.
He had it all right there with Barras, but he just touched him.
Like, he had to be absolutely inch perfect there. And he's given away 50. Tom Barras is not impressed.
He still believes that wasn't 50.
Well, he can't give away another one, can he?
That was
Chol's just waiting to see if he'll get another free kick out of it. So Mabior Chol on the goal line will come in and kick another one for the Hawks. And they're back out by 45 points. So Mabior Chol, I think that's his third. He's had a good afternoon. He's been a great recruit for them so far. Bit of a surprise that he's been let go by 2 clubs now. Just seems like a player who can really build into his career late.
Yeah. He did it nearly right. 99% of that was the right, and then Brash just touched him in the end.
He gave away the 50 and he's like, fuck you. Yeah,
Yeah,
look,
it's definitely there.
it's unlucky. There's not much you could have done. Sam Mitchell's like, yeah.
It's like, there it is.
So Will Day is all good to go. He's back on the ground. So here we go back at the stoppage. From the tap down, Williams through to Reed. Try to shrug off
That's
1-2. That's holding the ball. So a free kick will go Hawthorn's way. Ken Hinkley's booer owes him an apology for his rant. Which one is that? Did you see that? I think there was a lot of booers on his side against him last week.
Yeah, but I still don't believe it changed them. Whatever happened, yeah, they won, but God, it wasn't convincing. And
They're back in the top 8 though.
yes, but yeah, like I said.
Oh, good mark.
Oh, that's market. Sure.
Wasn't paid.
Oh,
Kelly gives it through nicely now. And off half back is Cole. Long ball. They've got the numbers out the back here. Won it to ground there with Scrimshaw, but now West Coast have the numbers. Darling gives it through to Brockman. The inside kick was nice.
He'll go wide.
Picks up Duggan. He's got a wide option. He goes back onto his left boot though. Long ball into the pocket. All on his own is Oscar Allen.
yeah, I knew Oscar Allen was always wide on the other side. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know. You called it well.
Well,
That's
yeah,
their first
yeah.
mark inside the forward 50 for the game.
Yeah.
And they got a bit lucky with it too, because if it got off the back, they would have run into an open goal. But they got a bit lucky that they regained the footy. The delusional artist comment, he said it was right in his ear, literally. Who's delusional? The delusional artist comment. He said it. Was that I don't know, I'm sorry. So Oscar Allen to kick their 4th goal of the afternoon. Hasn't kicked one today. He comes in. It's going to fade back. Not enough. The delusional con artist comment. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. On 5AA. Sorry, I know what you're talking about. Sorry. Do you know what you're talking about? Someone called him a delusional con artist.
Oh, yeah. Well, this. Yeah, I think the booing was too much last week, but I think
There
and
is a
some
lot
of
of
the comments that were made, but I think the players were horrible last week. Were pathetic. It shouldn't have been directed at Ken Hinkley as much as
It's not just his fault
players.
as well.
Yeah, it should have been directed at the players as well because they were pathetic. Oh, Chol.
Long kick, be a
it's
free
gonna
kick.
kick.
Going to maybe a child. They'll take the advantage. Over the top to Jack Gunston, who will run into the open goal and making it even 50 points.
Well, Charles, Dylan Moore's, Charles probably looking at the Dylan Moore and saying, hey, could have just had a 4th there, mate.
But Jack Gunston does deserve a goal. He's had a good afternoon.
Yeah, he's had a good couple of moments. Was it a free?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's not much in it, but it's there.
Is
It
it?
doesn't really matter anyway.
There's not a lot in it.
So Hawthorn right now, they lead it by 50 points. The big one they need tonight is a win, of course, but they need to get some percentage on the board here if they're going to try and fight their way into finals. And right now, their percentage is at 96.9, which is not the greatest, of course, but
Still nearly
It's
as
still-
good as Essendon.
it's nearly as good as Essendon, yeah. I mean, good as Port Adelaide is, who's in the 8 at the moment with the 101. So that's a team who could fall out as well. So have to keep on fighting here, the Hawks. Back in the ruck, Meek won it down. Day again. They'll enter through the front of the stoppage. Warple just couldn't gather it cleanly. Well, Day to Newcomb, Meek just sampled to the voice of Warple. Just a little bit too slick at the moment. The Hawks. Day missed the gift to McDonald's to run back and get it. Gives it back to Day. He's just racking him up at the moment. Spins a full 360
Yes.
back into his left boot.
Oh,
Drag
yeah,
down,
yeah.
gone. Oh, he didn't pay it.
Oh, you're
Oh, fuck me.
joking. Oh, you're joking. As they should be. The Eagles fans are asking, how is that not holding?
I'd have to see that again if he got boot to it, but fucking hell. And Gunston into the pocket for Watson, who marks.
Jesus.
Alright, so let Nick Watson take the kick. He'll kick a point, and then we'll just have a look at the replay. I'm just joking. He'll probably kick this. It's called a home ground advantage. Yeah. So now Nick Watson. So now Nick Watson comes around, snaps on goal, and he's missed it. I told you he'd kick a point. Can you please just show us the fucking replay of the holding the ball?
They're not going to.
They're not
now.
going to show it now. I swear to God, when it's a contentious free kick, half the time they don't show it deliberately. Maybe that's my tinfoil hat theory, but anyway, I think it's got some merit to it. Alright, so now Hoff has the footy at halfback. He wants to go, just doesn't have a lot of options here. So he goes wide with the kick. 2-on-1 here, Waterman out the back. Good spoil from Frost. And Morrison, because that was a marking contest, won't be called for a deliberate out of bounds. Waterman just hasn't been his day today, but neither has it been for many of the West Coast players. Over 140 disposals in arrears here, the West Coast Eagles. It's a great crowd. They've always had a good support, West Coast Eagles, even last year when they were getting flogged every week. So Marrick's gone into the second ruck roll now. From the tap down, Newcomb gave it through nicely to Morrison. In fact, it was Warple inside. Kick was nice to McDonald, who shrugged the person behind him. He'll go long with the kick. Chol is there, 2-on-1 again. Barras gets out the back. Who's going to get there first? Gunston shoved over McGovern, gave it through. They can raffle it. He's got an option over the top. Oh, Gundogan's going to get it. He gets to his feet and kicks the goal. Well, it may not have been how they drew it up in the workbook there, the Hawks this week, but in the end, it ends with a good result.
Jeez, they made that sort of difficult. Jeez.
They definitely didn't set that one up perfectly. So Gunston had an opportunity, gave it to Cholo. He shrugged past one. He had Ginnivan in the goal square on his own. He miskicked it, and Ginnivan ran into an open goal. Well, Nick Watson gave him the shush in the second quarter. I feel like now's okay to do it. So right now with that goal, they've gone up to 97%. So they're definitely working their way towards the 8, even if they don't make it. So right now, Hawthorn sit in 13th position on the ladder, but 10 points in front of the Crows, who are in 14th. So from the tap down, Meek slaps it forward for Warple. Jinby did well to gather it. He gets the clearance, high ball towards centre half forward with Marrick in a 1-on-1. Scrimshaw got the spoil. Bad bounce there for Duggan. Impey body lined it, did well. Through the handball, Nash. McDonald missed the give there. Now they can work it nicely here to Impey. Little short kick over the top was nice to Moore. Today, in fact, who's gone forward in this last quarter.
Maybe with the injury, or the slight injury that trying to protect him.
I think this might as well. They're going to win this one pretty convincingly. Day's going to send this one long. 3-on-2 in the Eagles' favour. McGovern spoiled his own man. Watson trying to step through. Jinby gives it out to Hunt. High ball towards the wing. Day going back with the flight. And saw Allen was going to mark it and said, look, you can have that one. The kick on the bounce. Waterman did well with the body on Frost. Handball now to Hoff, who gets a handball back over the top to Waterman. Frost is going to try and track him down. The Waterman kick was okay to Ryan. Can they get a goal here, the Eagles? The kick over the top. All the space in the world here for Oscar Allen in the pocket.
That's probably the first passage of play all day.
Definitely the first time in the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes are hurting. So Oscar Allen with 11.5 minutes to play. A chance here. He started to get off the chain a little bit in this last quarter. He had an opportunity earlier in the quarter to kick a goal. He missed. Just working his way back into it after having a long layoff from footy.
Oh, he's going to go to the checky.
So with the check side kick, Oscar Allen hits it pretty poorly. Hit it too skinny.
Yeah.
So Amon goes to Scrimshaw and now Impey. So what was it with Yo? He had a family member pass away, I think.
Yeah, his father or grandfather, I think, on Monday start of the week. Yeah.
It's really courageous for him to get back out there and play this afternoon. Unfortunately, he's just probably been a little bit hampered by that in the end. So now Yo on cue gets the footy. Sends it towards the 50. Spoil from behind there from Hardwick, who's gone back now. So he didn't kick a goal in that third term, so they said go forward, go back again. Ryan stepped one and then got tackled by Hardwick, got a handball at the back. Hard work there from McKenzie, dragged him to ground. And 2 or 3 teammates get to him, good to see. So with 10 minutes 25 on the clock, it is what, 56 points the 56, 54, 56. 56 points the margin. I don't know. Not a mathematician. McDonald bounced past him. Yo just fumbled. And now Warple has a lot of time to work with. A little dab kick over the top. Got spoiled there by Hunt. Watson did well to gather. Moore handled through to Cho. He stole it from the grasp of McDonald, but he just kept on running. Cho, like a battering ram, burst through a couple. Long kick for Day. Had hands to it. Play on.
Oh,
Cole out the
surely
back.
he's made that.
Barras wasn't a mark. Play on. Cole goes with the wide kick. On the bounce here for Yo. Feigned a little handball, then went over the top to Marek. Terrible handball. And now Scrimshaw gives off to D'Ambrosio. They work it through hands nicely. McKenzie through on the bounce there. More inside 50. Brilliant. Just took the mark, I think he did. Low down was Connor McDonald.
As Jeremy Gowan looks at his hand.
So now Connor McDonald, an opportunity here to send the lead out to over 10 goals. It's had a pretty good evening as most of the people in the brown and gold have had. Still think this rat's tail needs to be shaved off though. It's not a good look. So Connor McDonald, to send it past 10 goals, he comes in. Umpire shuffles back a little, but loves it. And Hawthorn continue to give it to the West Coast crowd. I think that's the third time they've given it to the West Coast crowd tonight. Oh. Well, maybe we should have streamed another game. Well, what are your days off next week? I forgot to ask you.
Friday, Saturday.
Fucking hell. So I have to do the podcast again by myself.
Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be like.
It's just going to swap and change, is it?
So it's going to be the same. So Friday, Saturday 1 week, Monday, Sunday the next week.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we can have this talk after, but anyway. All good. So again, Hawthorn bring back their percentage to, how's it 97.9? I thought it was just that. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
95.
So whatever. From the tap down, McKenzie works it through again, through the front of the stoppage to McDonald. They can really pile on the pain for the Eagles. Long kick into the pocket for Gunston. Has a few options. Kicks it across
beautiful.
nicely to McKenzie. Party time for Hawthorn. And now Cam McKenzie a chance to join the party. They lead by 10 goals, and right now, this game's got a big margin on top of it. The West Coast effort has really dropped off in this game. I don't think they've really brought a lot to the game to begin with. I think Hawthorn just have let them hang on like a little dingleberry for the majority of this game.
Yeah, they never showed up at the start of the game, and they just haven't shown up since.
So Cam McKenzie comes in to kick his first goal.
He's hooked
He's hooked it
it.
a little, but I think he snuck it home. So Cam McKenzie joins in. Real mature last quarter from Hawthorn. They could have just put the cue in the rack and said, oh, game done, but they know if they want to make finals this year, they have to get some percentage back on the board. And right now, they've moved to 98.4. So if they can get the big win here, they could get to over 100 points. What do they need? They need 19 points without a... 19 points. If they can get 19 more points, they'll get to 100%.
Well,
That means West Coast can't score, though.
They should try and get in front of at least Melbourne by the end of tonight.
Yeah,
That's
not that
what
Melbourne
they should
are...
be aiming for.
I don't think Melbourne are a competitor to them, but yeah, you're right. What is Melbourne?
Well, yeah,
It's not
Melbourne's
Melbourne.
like 1.5 behind. In front, sorry.
What's the live percentage for the Hawks? So it's 98.4. I'll show the ladder after the game anyway, but yeah, it's about that. So Yo from the stoppage gave it through to Reed. Been a bit well held today. At the back from Kelly and now Jones. Through the middle is Witherden. He stops short. He can give it back to Jones here. A little bit interesting that now the Eagles going to try and get some run into their game. 7 minutes to go into the last quarter. Hunt. Little kick over the top was okay. Cripps sees the lead-up option inside the 50. Terrible kick. Waterman can't gather. And now they can rebound here, the Hawks. Scrimshaw gives it off to D'Ambrosio. Back to Scrimshaw, who takes a bounce at half-back. Little dab kick over the top to Day. Wasn't a very good kick in the end. Day locks up the tackle on Witherden. Wasn't letting him go and gave away a high free kick for his troubles.
Doesn't matter. I was always going to lose. I was down by 80 points with last quarter with only him on it. But
So Hunt sends it inside the forward 50 to the leader, Williams. So a good lead up there from Bailey Williams. Obviously last year as well, if people can't remember, Hawthorn had a really big win against the West Coast Eagles by 126 points, which was really a big catalyst in them rebounding in their season. So Bailey Williams, a chance here to get their fourth goal. It's not going to fade back, and another behind.
Oh, that was coming back. Oh,
It looked like it was shaping back, but it just cut back. It just cut back the other way late. I think they put Jeremy McGovern on ice. Why don't you? Surely, don't bloody injure him. So now Blake Hardwick at half back. You think Jeremy McGovern would be a good trade bait? I hate bringing that up because it's fucking like every single person, fucking AFL journalist, would be like, look, I think he's going to go at the end of the year and then he signs a big contract.
Well, with them all talking about Blade Barras, well, they can't really afford to lose both of them.
Yeah, true.
Because they'll probably lose neither.
But they said Barras was going to leave last year, and of course he did.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, they could say they could both leave, but they probably both will stay, so
Yeah.
means bugger all.
They just haven't had enough of the footy all day, West Coast.
No, yeah, like, you look at that, nearly 120 more uncontested.
That shows there's no pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
So Day works it back here. Short little ball to D'Ambrosio, who's got a huge amount of options. He's just going to send it long to the top of the goal square. Gunston out the back. Good mark there from Witherden.
To be honest, that wasn't the option, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think they just know if we just bob it long, it probably will go in for a goal, and sometimes they'll cut it off. So Hunt works it in short to Duggan. Inside kick. Was okay there. Hits up Rotham. And now back. West Coast just slowing it up again with Duggan. Been one of their few shining lights. Liam Duggan, of course, co-captain this year. Goes down the wing for Darling. 1-on-2. Did well there. Hawthorn again. Impey working it through hands to Newcomb. Was big at the start of this game. Turned it over. Reed gives it off to Ryan, who sends it out the back. They got the numbers here, the Eagles. And now Williams had a handball option. Decided to do it himself. So they finally get their fourth goal, the West Coast Eagles. But it's all going to mean nothing at the end of the day.
Bit of respectability. Not really.
They're not even that. I don't think this is much of a respectable...
No.
The only... Right now, it's respectable for them. They should be getting killed by over 100 points.
Yeah.
Just Hawthorn, just probably a little bit young of age, just a couple of mistakes here and there. A little bit of Lairising at stages.
Like in the first quarter, if they took their opportunities and stop bombing, lower their eyes instead of kicking towards McGovern and Barras, they probably would have won this by 100. And yeah.
So Bailey Williams back in the ruck. Obviously, Matt Flynn was injured in the third quarter with I think it was an ankle concern. He was out of this game after that, which was really concerning for the Eagles because they brought him in as the big recruit this year. And now he was out for a majority of the first half of the season, and now he's out again. Meek with the tap down, Reed up against Warple. Morrison steps through nicely. He'll send it long again. Oop, got a burp out as well. Barras came off his man and did well. Barras wants to run. Wide kick here. Coming across dangerously there. Did well there, Duggan. He runs and guns. Long kick out towards the wing for Marek, who couldn't really read it very well. It's a terrible kick, by the way. And it runs out of bounds.
It was a shake off the boot, and Marek didn't know if to
go for it or leave it.
Let it bounce or go to it. Yeah. But look, like that's the stat there. Clearances, 20+ clearances. Like
they've just been dominated everywhere.
Lloyd Meek has just dominated both of them. Once Flynn went off, he
does what a lot of ruckmen don't do, is just kill the ruck contest. He knows they've got a lesser ruckman in, and so many other players will be like, oh, let's just tap it down. He's like, no, I'm gonna run this guy for everything he's got.
Yeah.
And even when Flynn was on the ground, he was still dominating.
Mm.
Working through nicely here, the Hawks, they're just a little bit too easy. There's no opponent on either of them. They can just handball through nicely. Morrison on the wing now, goes with a wide kick here for Moore. He takes the mark. He'll want to play on. Cole locks him up for the moment. Moore kind of tapered off in this second half. Eagles have hard just at the RCs, guys. So it goes high and long for Chol. Can't mark. Barras fists it to ground. Oh, a tough hit from Rotham on Ginnivan. Probably the hardest thing they've done all day, the West Coast Eagles. And now Kelly takes the mark in the back 50. Played on, though.
Jesus Christ,
Under
my
pressure.
big kid.
Cribs gave it through.
Oh, yeah.
And now they finally bring some run and gun into the game. Jones takes a run through. And Morrison wraps him up. Got a handball away, though. Witherden took the contact. And he's dragged down. What is it? Eagles, Dockers have it hard. Just ask. What do you mean? What do you mean by have it hard? Which one?
Good hit.
Tap down. Warple trying to gather it. Spills out to Meek. Mackenzie, they're just playing with him at this point. Aim on. Just padding the stats a little. Free kick's been ripped out here. Taking the advantage. Morrison works it back inside. Warple.
Look at this. Meek's just walking. He's like, yeah, I'm done. I've done my job.
Yeah, probably almost get. I don't give him the 3 votes today.
I think it's
Him with 3.
him, Sicily, then
Yeah,
Dylan
Sicily's
Moore.
been out. Yeah, he's hasn't done much this last quarter though.
Yeah, maybe
Hunt.
Chol for one, but
Chol can't gather the tackle. He fell to ground though. Pressure up here. Hunt trying to do everything he can to take it over. He can't. Spills out the back and eventually he goes out of bounds. So if we have to look at it right now, what are we looking at for the stats? Dylan Moore I'd give to... Oh, Sicily hasn't been on in this last quarter, has he?
Nah, not since he did that injury.
Yeah, so Sicily can't get a vote, I don't think, if he's been off for a whole quarter. Charles only kicked 2 goals, by the way.
You could say he fucking 4.
Meek has, I think, Meek 3, Moore 2, Newcomb 1.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's what I'd say with the votes. 61 points. Meek with the tap down towards Mackenzie. Duggan in front. Got dragged down there was Yo by Watson.
What about Warple? I think Warple maybe.
Yeah, maybe Warple with the 1.
Because Newcomb, I haven't really seen it. Like, he's got a lot of disposals, but he hasn't done much in the second half. I think Warple's been the more the catalyst in the second half to get them this lead.
Yeah, I'd happy to go to Warple with the 1. High ball in front there was Scrimshaw. Couldn't mark. Hits the ground. D'Ambrosio gave it through to Scrimshaw. He steps through nicely.
Oh, I
The
love
kick
the
inside was brilliant to
Oh.
McDonald. On the bounce though, Morrison, a centre half forward. He had that option.
Oh,
a little bit, did a little bit too much by himself. They had to give it off.
And then they
Now
got
you
it.
can shut down. Oh!
You can't not. Oh.
Just a little bit Lairising at times here, Hawthorn. It's obviously they're going to...
He's given that as a high.
No, it's not even that fucking high. But all on his own inside 50 is Jack Gunston.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
snatched, in fact.
How could you have given... Nah, I don't know.
So Nash wants to play on. He's going to send it into the pocket. High ball. Who is there? It's all Barras.
Without him and McGovern today, they would have been smashed by 100. It just shows that with all these injuries they had, the Eagles, the last couple of years.
It's a reason why they're getting smashed by 100 every
It
week.
shows that when they have a bit of experience with,
Barras and McGovern and...
Barras, McGovern, Yo.
Yeah. But they've been smashed today. Scrimshaw with a kick inside, all on his own as Morrison. That's terrible defence from the West Coast Eagles.
So many times in this second half, it's just been a training drill.
Moore can give it over to Hardwig, decides to hold it up for the moment. Little kick over the top to McDonald.
Ugh.
Charles got a little bit of space here inside 50. Wasn't a great kick to Ginnivan though. Brass did well. It'll be a free kick into the Eagles. So 34 seconds to play. Definitely hasn't been a game for the highlight reel, but Hawthorn will take the 4 points every day. Witherden back to Barras. This is like that Simpsons moment of the commentary. Ginnivan back to Barras. Barras back to Witherden. He holds it. Holds it. Holds it. Literally, that's what it is. So as the time ticks down, Hawthorn, they've done it well today. A really big win for the Hawthorn Football Club. They keep their finals hopes alive with a big 61-point win. Well, Sam Mitchell's got this team well and truly up and going. They thought maybe the rebuild was going to be a couple more years, but right now, they're on track to almost make the finals in 2024. Don't count out the brown and gold this year. And the final scores in this game, 14-10, 94 to the Hawks. They won by 61 points in the end over the West Coast Eagles, who finished on 4-9, 33. Alright guys, we'll end the stream there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We have the review coming out sometime tonight, probably in about a couple of hours. So that'll be out very shortly. Hopefully you join for that. There won't be video essay this week. We're going to try and get that out next week. But for any Hawthorn fans out there, it's going to be about them, about their big rise in the last couple of years. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. For any Hawthorn fans